The wonderful country offers freedoms like no other. At this time, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Carlton Davidson Stadium, chilly day outside, no breeze. As we welcome you back to the Tigers Sports Network, Jackson Lycab alongside Dylan Jackson. Let's take a look at the Bluffton Beavers starting lineup. Ethan Moore will lead things off. Jake Baumgartner will hit second. Jack Tao will hit third. Justin Maurer will hit fourth. Evan Hausman will bat fifth. Ezra Dyerting will bat sixth. Batting seventh will be Tyler Fuller, followed by Brandon North and Seth Allman. On the mound for the Wittenberg Tigers, it will be Andrew Russ, and Russ has been terrific over the last couple of starts, posting a 4.94 ERA through 23 and 2/3 of an inning. The opponent's batting average against Russ just .253, but Dylan, the last two starts for Andrew Russ has been nothing less than spectacular.
Andrew Russ has really got it together here as of recently. The young sophomore pitcher has done phenomenal in his recent starts and his recent appearances. This is a guy who we've talked about in the past. This is a guy with all the talent in the world. When he's on, he is hard to hit. In his last start against Capital, he went 5 1/3 innings, no earned runs, struck out 4 guys, only gave up 4 hits. So this is a guy who has very good stuff and is a tough arm to see if you are Capital going in. But obviously this Capital team, not Capital, I'm sorry, this Bluffton team is full of a lot of older guys, right? At the top of their order, you have a junior, a couple seniors up there, some more juniors, right? So a lot of guys with a lot of experience on this Bluffton team.
Well, standing in to lead off the game, here comes Ethan Moore. Ethan Moore at .318 batting average, no home runs, with 2 RBIs coming from that leadoff spot, a .444 on-base percentage, exactly what you want out of your leadoff man. The first pitch, Russ comes quickly to the plate, fastball taken away, and it's ball 1. First pitch coming at 3:57 p.m. Eastern Time.
Starting a little bit early today.
More quickly back in, Russ, the pitcher who loves to work with some tempo, comes to the plate, fastball, hit in the air, heading out to right field, hit pretty well, going back, went over the fence, but it's a foul ball. The right fielder, Thatcher Dietz, was running, and that ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying, looked like a routine fly ball, but it was taken out right of the foul pole, and it's nothing but a long strike.
For those that have been with us throughout the year this year, we've talked about how the ball will fly here, even on a cold day, right? The wind's blowing out a little bit, the ball will fly, and you saw that right there. Good barrel, and the ball was able to fly over the fence. Luckily, it was foul for Andrew Russ and the Tigers.
Almost a leadoff home run for Bluffton. Front door curveball nips the inside corner, and it's 1-2 on Moore.
For your Andrew Rush guy, I think that's just a long strike, right? Got that long strike, made it 1-1, then good front door slider right there to get to 1-2.
1-2. Here's the payoff. The pitch. Another breaking ball fouled back and out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again. I would love to see the line that Thatcher Dietz took for that ball, because at first it looked like it was heading right at him.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be a shallow fly ball, and then the wind picked up and just carried it and carried it and carried it all the way into foul ground and over the fence. 1-2, the pitch, swing and a miss. A leadoff strikeout there for Andrew Rust. 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring up Baumgartner.
Dietz, another guy, new guy in a new spot, right? Dietz, we've seen Dietz plenty throughout the year, but he's playing right field for the first time. Got a couple everyday guys that are down today, guys like Luke Thomas, Connor O'Malley, who's normally in right field. Some guys are a little beat up here and there throughout, right? Have had played a lot of games over the weekend, a lot of innings. So seeing some new guys in there like Thatcher Dietz in right field, Jalen Williams, we've seen familiar face, Tommy Chalicki. Good to see these guys back out in the lineup today.
Check swing. He did go around, 0-1 to Baumgartner. Russ follows it up with another breaking ball, swings and a miss, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Baumgartner, a .351 batting average, 2 home runs, 22 RBIs with a .434 OBP. Here's the 0-2. Russ comes to the plate. Third straight breaking ball. Check swing. He went around. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Andrew Russ. What an incredible start to this one for the young pitcher. And here comes Jack Tao. Jack Tao, a .309 batting average, 2 home runs, 33 knocked in on the season. Bluffton coming into this one, 9-21. The pitch from Russ, hit on the ground. Nemunitis plays it on a hop, throws to Rodriguez, and the Siders is retired. 1-2-3, go the Beavers. We're going to the bottom of the first. Tigers coming to the dish for the first time today. After the Beavers go 1-2-3 in the top half of the first, here comes the Wittenberg Tigers. Ben Seibert will lead things off, followed by Tommy Chalicki, Rocco Royer. Matt Moore will back cleanup, followed by Alex Nemunitis, and then the freshman, Xander Rodriguez. Bottom of the order goes Jalen Williams, Thatcher Dietz, and James McCauley. On the mound, Jacob Bolkins will take over for Bluffton University. Bolkins on the season, .315 ERA. He's pitched 13 complete innings. He's allowed 19 earned runs and an opponent's batting average of .306.
Bolkins is a senior pitcher for Bluffton. He's a guy with 29 career starts, 160 and a third innings in his career. So this is a very experienced guy. He has a .563 ERA for his career. Biggest difference so far this year for him has been the walk totals, right? He has walked 14 guys in 13 innings. Last year he threw 51 innings and only walked 20, right? So I know he probably wants to get that down to get back to his normal stats throughout his career. So this is a better pitcher than the numbers may suggest so far this season as the Tigers look to keep their offense rolling as they've been absolutely on fire so far this season.
Here comes Ben Seibert, .347 average, 1 home run, and it looked like 11 RBIs for Ben Seibert. He'll foul that one back to the backstop, 0-1.
Ben Seibert's been great for the Tigers.
Beg your pardon,
this
25 RBIs. I was looking at the wrong line.
Seibert's been great for the Tigers this season, and even at 25, right? He hit 5 and 6 in places like that earlier in the year where his RBI totals were up, but in the one hole, right? Not going to get a lot of RBI opportunities, and he's gotten plenty of them still in that one hole for the Tigers.
Breaking ball breaks in the dirt, and it's now 2-1 on Ben Seibert, the leadoff man. Bolkins from the windup. Kick, steals, comes to the plate. Breaking ball, got the inside corner, and we're even at 2. Sun knows that it's baseball time. Just starting to peek out across Carlton-Davidson Stadium. 2-2. High sweeper there, and it's gone full to Ben Seibert.
We talked about, right, the walks have been the issue right now for Bluffton.
3-2. The pitch way outside. Ball 4. Seibert will trot down to first. That's a leadoff walk for Ben Seibert. Let's take a look at how Bluffton will position on defense through the outfield. Hausman in left, and center will be Allman. The right fielder will be Fuller. Across the infield, third to first will go Dietering, Tao, Bumgartner at second. Then the first baseman, Maurer. And then behind the plate catching will be Brandon North.
Tommy Chalicki, the Wittenberg utility man, back in the lineup today, playing second base, batting 2. Has had himself a really good sophomore campaign.
Chalicki looks at a first pitch fastball that got the outside edge, and it's now 0-1. Follows it up with a breaking ball in there for strike 2, and Chalicki quickly behind 0-2. A .293 average, 1 home run and 11 RBIs on the season for Tommy Chalicki. The 0-2 will have to wait. They pause the throw back to Seibert, who will slide back safely. Seibert poses a steal threat over at first base.
Seibert leads the team with only 4 stolen bases, which...
Slow roller, diving play by the third baseman, scoops it up, tries to go to first, not in time. The third baseman made a terrific play. Dietering laid out for him, made a great play, but thought that he had a chance of getting Seibert pump fake to second, and by the time he looked back to go to first, Tommy Chalicki was already there. And now the Tigers are in business with the first 2 batters of the inning on base, and here comes Rocco Royer. .396 average, 3 home runs, and 24 RBIs on the season.
That's the beauty of having the speed of Ben Seibert in that leadoff hole, right? That play right there, really the only chance you had probably was at second base. But Ben Seibert moved on the line really well, able to beat that out to get Tommy Chalicki that first hit of the game.
Bluffton now will have to work themselves out of a jam. First pitch breaking ball right down Broadway for strike 1 to Rocco Royer. 0-1 fastball. Just misses outside, and it's 1-1.
You see Bolkins working that breaker a lot early on, pitching backwards to this Wittenberg baseball team, as coming into the day, they're hitting .351 as a team with a .501 slugging percentage, .438 on base, 30 home runs, which is up there for all time in Wittenberg program history in a season.
1-1 to Royer. Breaking ball breaks away and down and away, and it's now 2-1. Wittenberg, this is a team that's on a 10-game winning streak, and what has sparked the 10-game winning streak has been some of their upperclassmen and some of their power hitters who struggled to begin the season, all starting to find their stride. Runners go. This one hit into right field, carrying the right fielder, going back, and will bounce just right of the foul line. Foul ball. Rocco Royer, again, that looked like it jammed him a bit, and it just carried and carried and carried all the way down into the Bluffton bullpen. It's a long strike, 2-2.
We talked about the wind, how it's going to affect today. It's obviously moving a little bit towards the right field side of the field, helping moving that ball out of play right there to give Rocco another chance.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Bolkins to the plate, swing and a miss. Got him in the breaking ball in the dirt. Royer is down via the punch out. First strikeout of the day for Bolkins, and that brings up Matt Moore.
We talked about, right, Bolkins has good numbers over his career, right? This season has just not been the start that he has wanted through his first 13 innings, right? But this is a guy who has 160 and a third innings in his career. So this is a very, very experienced, good pitcher for this Bluffton team.
Matt Moore has found his stride as of late. Breaking ball, nips the outside corner for strike 1. The curveball has looked really, really good for Bolkins. But Matt Moore stands in, .345 average, 2 home runs, and 30 RBIs on the season. 0-1. Front door breaker misses down in the zone, and it's 1-1.
We were talking about what's working well for the Tigers as of late in this 10-game winning streak. Just playing cleaner baseball, right? Having better at-bats, better approaches, playing clean defense. Pitching has been really good. A lot of good stuff for the Tigers as of late.
Looked like a changeup that missed downstairs, and it's 2-1 on Matt Moore.
Talked about upperclassmen stepping up for the hitting side of things. Also for pitching, Joe Harasco had his first start of the season, went a complete game, 9 innings, only gave up 1 run. Nick Cunningham had a complete game in their last series yesterday. Austin Luther's been pitching really well. A lot of good stuff. Out of the last 34 innings the Tigers have played, they've only had to use 4 pitchers. Right, so that shows how much the older pitchers have stepped up in those games.
Fastball nips the up outside corner, and it's now 3-2 on Matt Moore with 2 on base with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. 3-2, the pitch, breaking ball. Moore flies this one out into straightaway center field. Center fielder will drift all the way into right center field, will make the grab. Seibert's going to tag. He'll head to third, and runners move to the corner as well with 2 away. Hit right into center field. The center fielder, though, had to drift all the way into right center field. Seth Allman making a tremendous play, sticking with it even through the wind. For the second out of the inning, that brings up Alex Nemunitis with 2 on and 2 put away.
That shows right there, having to learn that wind, right? The right fielder almost gave up on it right away because it was hit directly to center field to start, right? Went all the way to right center field. Center fielder make a tough play. That's something you have to learn throughout this game and understand the wind and how it's playing.
Curveball right down the middle for strike 1 on Alex Nemunitis. Nemunitis, .412 average, 6 home runs, 33 knocked in. Tied for first when it comes to home runs for the Tigers. Tied with Xander Rodriguez, who stands on deck.
The sophomore and Nemunitis and the freshman Xander Rodriguez, 2 younger guys who have stepped up this season and have been absolutely remarkable for the Tigers. Also, the 2 leaders in RBIs for this Tigers team as well. 2 huge, huge seasons for the young guys.
Hit on the ground, into the gap, into left field. Seibert will score, and the Tigers play to run. They take a 1-0 lead after a 2-out RBI single off the third baseman's back, Alex Nemunitis. And runners will now be on first and second with 2 put away, and that brings up Xander Rodriguez.
When things are going well, things are going well. Ground ball hit right there, hit nice and hard, finds the 5-6 hole, and another RBI to Alex Nemunitis' total on the season. Xander Rodriguez, talk about a big, big situation in the last game the Tigers just had against Ohio Wesleyan in a big conference game. Tigers were down by a run going in the top of the 9th inning, right? Alex Nemunitis got hit by pitch to lead off that inning, and Xander Rodriguez hit a go-ahead home run in the top of the 9th, in which the Tigers eventually came through to win in the bottom of the 9th inning, right? So Xander Rodriguez has had big moments, especially as of late. So let's see if he can keep things going. Another 2-out RBI right here.
Rodriguez hit his 6th home run of the season yesterday. That go-ahead, he has 42 RBIs, which leads the Tigers. This one low in the zone. Nice block by the catcher, but they will say it hit Xander Rodriguez in the meantime. So Rodriguez trots down to first, and the Tigers have him loaded with Jalen Williams coming to the plate.
Jalen Williams, a transfer junior, hitting .455 in his little appearances so far in his 11 at-bats. 14 games played, though. This is a guy who has been used as a defensive replacement, a pinch runner. He has started some games as well. Another start right here. And he's a guy who's been doing very well in his opportunities. Defensively, base running, hitting, obviously hitting .455 to start his career as a Tiger.
And Jalen Williams will stand in, but first we have a mound visit for Bluffton and the coaching staff. Jalen Williams will come up with 2 put away in the bottom of the first. Tigers have the bases loaded. Bolkins had an opportunity to get out of this inning unharmed after Seibert reached on a leadoff walk. Chalicki have reached on a single. So the Tigers had some brewing troubles, but then Royer punched out, Moore flew out. Runners were on the corners with 2 put away. Nemunitis in with a single into left field. Rodriguez hit by a pitch, and now you see the situation we're at now. Number 7 batter, Jalen Williams. .455 batting average. 5 for 11 on the season. Still looking for his first RBI on the year. What a better opportunity to get one here in the bottom of the first as he'll look at a breaking ball that's in the dirt for ball 1.
We were talking about some of the NCAC play as well. just in that last at-bat with Xander Rodriguez. Tigers are tied for first place right now in the NCAC.
Breaking ball this time, got the bottom half of the zone, and it's even at 1.
Tied for first place with Denison. DePaul is another team who only has one loss in the NCAC right now. They are 7-1, while Denison and Wittenberg are both 9-1. I bring that up.
On the ground, hit. Favorable hop to the shortstop, throws over to second, and they will say that it was a foul ball. They said that it tipped off of Jalen Williams' foot.
So I believe by ruling it's not a foul ball. It'll be a single. It'll be a single, and the run will score just based off of the rule as it hit the umpire. And he's walking it off right now as it was a hard hit, little low liner ground ball.
So, yes, it did hit the umpire. It did not hit him. It looked like the official, or I beg your pardon, the umpire, originally pointed at Jalen Williams with the signal that you would make when you get hit in the batter's box. But they will say that it will be an automatic single for Jalen Williams after the umpire was hit in the field. Didn't hit him much, but it did certainly graze him, so the run will plate for the Tigers.
Unfortunate there for Bluffton, right? You got the ground ball you wanted. Shortstop was in position to make a play. Unfortunate break, but the Tigers, they will take it as that single will bring in the second run of the inning. The second run with 2 outs of the inning.
Also gives Jalen Williams his first RBI on the season.
Oh, yeah, first RBI, and puts him up in that team batting average lead as he's now 6 for 12, hitting .500 up there with Austin Luther, tied for second place behind Ashton Newton, I believe, who was hitting 1,000 still, if I remember correctly.
Newton is he's 1 for 2 on the season.
So
George Jansen is also up there as well.
So we got a bunch of guys up at 500 right now.
So the inning continues. Here comes Thatcher Dietz. Fastball misses outside, and it's 1-0.
Dietz has had himself a fantastic freshman campaign. Dietz is a guy who has a lot of raw power, has 3 home runs in his first 34 at-bats in his career.
Front door breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Thatcher Dietz. Remember Williams, so the play call or the hit, it was ruled that it hit the field umpire. So an automatic single there for Jalen Williams. Plates a run, Chalicki scores. And bases loaded with 2 away. Pitch popped up into foul ground. Wynn will take it and takes it all the way out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the freshman Dietz.
But going back to the NCAC right now, right? Tigers they've been on their 10-game winning streak right when conference play has started. I bring that up to say DePaul and Denison played today in a big series as their series got delayed, so they're playing it today in the doubleheader. Right now it's the top of the 8th inning, and DePaul is up 7-6 against Denison, right? So that's a big game when it comes to the finishing of the NCAC, as the Tigers will play Denison here on Saturday as well to help impact the NCAC standings.
1-2 in the dirt makes it 2-2. Not to mention the Tigers get DePaul a week from this Tuesday as well. So 9 days until DePaul comes to Carlton-Davidson Stadium. Tigers certainly controlled their own destiny with their upcoming conference games, as Dietz just able to bind it off. And it is still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Dietz doing a good job with 2 strikes, staying alive right there, keeping the at-bat going.
2-2, the pitch. Breaking ball just misses, and we've gone full.
Runners will be in motion here, right? So the infielders have to be going across the diamond. Should be able to score 2 runs easily on a single. Let's see if he can find a gap and maybe score Williams with his speed at first base.
3-2, the pitch. Popped him up into foul ground. First baseman and the catcher both running on a line. Catcher dives, can't get there.
Tough play with the way that the wind's moving right now. Everything is moving farther and farther to the right side. That ball looked like it would have been right at the catcher, really. And the wind just keeps on moving it all the way in a tough spot.
Good effort there by Brandon North, the catcher. Diving attempt, couldn't get it, and Thatcher Dietz will see some new life. We're to the 3-2 again. Bolkins from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 away. 2-0. Tigers lead, bottom of the first. Side steps to the plate, swing and a miss. They got Dietz on the breaking ball. Bit of a quick pitch, a sidestep to the plate. Threw off the timing of Thatcher Dietz, and the inning is over. Damage done. Tigers strike for 2 off 3 hits. We're going to the top of the second. You're watching Wittenberg Baseball here on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Middle of the order coming up for Bluffton. Justin Maurer will lead things off after they went 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. Wittenberg struck for 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. Then Russ back out on the rubber from the windup. Kicks, deals, delivers a fastball that misses, and it's 1-0. Maurer on the season, .394 batting average. He's got 5 home runs and 28 RBIs. In fact, he leads Bluffton when it comes to batting average, and he'll pop this one up high in the air, drifting out, and the wind will actually take it all the way into left field as Jalen Williams comes up, makes the grab for out number 1. Let's take a look at how the Tigers will align defensively. Across the outfield, left field to center field, Williams, Seibert, and Thatcher Dietz. Across the infield, Nemunitis plays third. In the 6th spot will be James McCauley. Tommy Jalicki as second baseman. The first baseman, Xander Rodriguez, with Rocco Royer behind the dish. Rust to the number 5 hole batter. Leaves a breaking ball upstairs for ball 1 as Hausman will stand in. .329 batting average, 4 home runs, and 24 knocked in. 1-0 from Rust. Fastball. This time it's popped up into foul ground. Rodriguez drifts over, has it in its sights. Will make the grab for a quick out number 2. And here comes Dietering.
Andrew Russ being really, really efficient right now. Good job getting those first 2 outs. Had a quick first inning as well. Let's see if he can finish another 1-2-3 inning right here.
Ezra Dietering will stand in. Dietering, a .295 hitter. No home runs, but 15 RBIs. Batting in that 6th spot. Breaking ball down Broadway for strike 1.
Russ has a really good feel for that slider right now.
Here's the 0-1. Another slider, check swing. He went around, 0-2.
Russ has a very good slider, as you see, getting guys to swing and miss. Check swing on him. Very good pitch. Looks like a strike for a long time.
Dietering will call time. Russ quickly back on the rubber. Looks in, kicks, deals, comes to the plate, slider, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And the count moves to 1-2. Almost got Dietering to bite on the outside slider. It has been a nasty slider for Andrew Russ so far today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Russ to the plate. Fastball on the ground to short. McCauley gloves it. Fires across the diamond to Rodriguez. 3 up, 3 down. 2 efficient innings for Andrew Russ. We're heading to the bottom of the 2nd. Tigers up 2-0, and they're hungry for more. (9-1-2) coming to the plate for the Tigers. James McCauley, then back to the top of the order. Jackson Lightcap alongside Dylan Jackson. Excited to bring you coverage here on the Tigers Sports Network. Wittenberg looking for win number 11 in a row. Bluffton on a 9-game losing streak. As fastball down the middle for a strike one. Bluffton, before this 9-game losing streak, 9-12. Wittenberg, before this 10-game winning streak, 9-12. So these two teams had very similar starts to their season. One team turned things around. The other one took a turn for the worse. Fastball down the middle, and James McCulley down in the count, 0-2. Bolkins looks in. Breaking ball misses low and inside, 1-2.
For the Tigers, we talked about how good they've been in the recent years, right? Last season they had 30-plus wins. The year before that, they were up there with like 27, right? So just a matter of time for them to really get their foot going. And right now, they are really feeling it. Winning 10 straight is not easy no matter who your opponent is. And they've done exactly what they're supposed to do, as they are 9-1 in conference play, 10 straight wins.
Gully looks at a fastball upstairs, follows it up with a curveball. Gully way out in front of that one, just able to tip it off the end of the bat foul. And it is 2-2 on the shortstop, James McCulley, who has put together a terrific campaign this season, especially with runners in scoring position. Out in front again, fouls it off, 2-2 once more.
We've talked about the importance of the 9-hole, and you might not find a better 9-hole round than James McCulley flipping the order. He's been absolutely fantastic for the Tigers this season.
He's got 26 RBIs and a .430 slugging percentage from that 9-hole. Misses low and in the dirt, and we've gone full to James McCulley, who also has some speed. If we were to reach as well, swings it back to the top to Ben Seibert.
You'll see some teams with 3 and 4 hitters that don't have as many RBIs as James McCulley does right now.
3-2, breaking ball, McCulley. Fly ball hit out into left field. Left fielder coming in, the shortstop drifting out. He'll make the grab and foul ground. A great play there by Jack Tao, able to chase that one down, battling the win. The leadoff man for the Tigers is retired. We're back to the top of the order to Ben Seibert, who walked his first time around.
Very good play right there by the shortstop, running all the way over there and making that play for out number 1. That's a big out right there, obviously. You want to get that leadoff guy out, and that great play right there does that for the Beavers.
Seibert walked his last at bat, jammed him a bit, and flares this one out to the second baseman. First pitch swinging, and Baumgartner will jump up. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Here comes Tommy Chalecki.
Good job by Bluffton getting those first 2 outs, being efficient with it. Let's see if he attacks right here. And let's see if Tommy Chalecki tries to have a longer at-bat here, if he keeps the same aggressive approach.
Chalecki singled his first time up. Hit a slow roller to the third baseman. The third baseman, Dietering, made a terrific play, but came up and did not know where to go with the ball. And by the time he threw it on over to first, Chalecki was standing on the bag. 0-1, followed up with a fastball that misses, and it's 1-1.
That's sometimes as little as just talking before the play, saying, hey, guy moving from first to second has really good wheels.
1-1, fly ball hit pretty well, out into right field. Wind carrying, back to the track. The right fielder looks up, makes an over-the-shoulder catch. What a grab there by the right fielder. That is Tyler Fuller, and 1-2-3 go the Tigers. Third inning coming up. Tigers lead 2-0 on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. First 6 batters for Bluffton have gone in order, as we're at the bottom of the order, due up in the top of the third in a game where Bluffton trails Wittenberg by a score of 2-0. Here comes Tyler Fuller. The right fielder just made a terrific catch out in right field. Will face Russ for the first at-bat of the third. Fastball got the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
Fuller, the freshman right fielder, making that great play. First freshman that we see in this lineup. As the guy on deck is also a freshman, the 2 freshmen in the lineup filled with seniors and juniors.
0-1 from Russ. Misses way outside and low as well, and it's 1-1. When it comes to Tyler Fuller, 253 average with 11 knocked in. He's got a 325 on base percentage, a couple of stolen bases as well, 4 to be exact. Third on the team for the Bluffton Beavers. Found back and Rust way ahead 1-2.
Bluffton pretty efficient with their stolen bases. 28 stolen bases, only thrown out 7 times. So this is a team, if they're able to get on base, when they get guys on, they're looking to run the bases.
1-2. Here's the pitch from Rust. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And it's 2-2.
Just shows you the good movement on Andrew's slider right now. That pitch is way out of the zone and still getting guys to check swing on that, even give it a chance.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Russ kicks, deals, fastball misses way outside, and it's 3-2.
Never want to have a leadoff walk if you are a pitcher. So look to see Andrew attack right here, whether it's with that fastball or slider. But you got to get something in the zone right here. Let your defense play behind you.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball, swing, and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Andrew Rust. The down and in fastball, Fuller cannot turn on it for out number 1. And when it comes to Andrew Rust, only 23 pitches, and he has recorded 7 outs so far in this one.
Very efficient for Andrew Rust, right? That at-bat right there was probably the least efficient one there was. Throwing 6 pitches, I believe, right? But he's been very good at attacking these hitters right now.
Fastball got him out in front, as it's Brandon North, the catcher, who falls behind 0-1. Russ, we've talked about his previous couple of starts. It has been terrific. Fastball misses high and away to even it up at 1. Andrew Rust now 25 pitches. 17 of those 25 have been strikes. He has missed 4 times already in this inning. 1-1. Fastball outside corner and Rust ahead 1-2.
Good pitch right there. Fastball in the outer half.
Seth Allman stands in the on-deck circle. Rust, the 1-2 payoff. Comes to the plate, checks swing as it broke in the dirt. Checks down to first. He did not go around. He did hold back, and it's 2-2.
I think some umps are just afraid to make the call, Ring him up. Why not? Give him the strikeout. Good pitch right there. Good block by Rocker Royer. Still in good command right now with a 2-2 count.
Rocker Royer slapped the tag on just to be sure as well he didn't go around. Here's the 2-2. Fastball, swing, and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Another fastball pumped right by Brandon North for out number 2, strikeout number 4. And here comes the number 9 batter, Seth Allman.
Good job right there from Andrew. Attacking right back after not getting the check swing call.
Here comes Allman. As the first 2 batters are sat down via the punch-out to begin the top half of the third. As Russ will miss just off the edge of the plate. Could have gone either way, but did miss, and it's 1-0. Russ to the plate. Misses upstairs, and it's 2-0. Seems like it's been the first bat that Andrew Russ has fallen behind here today.
Got to dial it in right here for Andrew. Don't want to let that first runner on with 2 outs, right? You want to make sure you get that third out.
2-0, and he plunked him. He missed the last 2 fastballs way outside the zone. Tried to bring it in, but he brought it too far in. As Seth Ullman is hit by a pitch. And Bluffton has life with 2 away as we're back to the top of the order to Ethan Moore.
Nothing hurt too bad right there. right? If you're Andrew, you guys got to understand you're pitching with the lead right now, right? Trust your offense and how good they have been. Just got to find yourself back in the zone right now. Find yourself back in the zone, throw strikes, and attack these hitters.
Bluffton goes through the first time of the order without a hit and only getting one on base. Off speed, got him swinging right through. And it's 0-1. Ethan Moore, a strikeout victim, his last time up. Altman, after the hit by pitch, stands at first base. Center fielder, a bit of a speed threat. Russ realizes that, checks him back. He's back safely. Altman, a player who has one stolen base on the season. Here's the 0-1 showing bunt, pulls back, breaking ball in there for a strike. The throw down to Rodriguez. Altman is back in safely.
Altman, the center fielder today, is a two-way for this Bluffton team. He has thrown 74 1/3 innings in his career, the senior, along with 120 at-bats in his career, so another guy who is used all over the field.
0-2 to Moore. Moore, swing and a miss. Strike three. All three outs via the punch-out. It has been a quiet inning for the field for the Tigers because Andrew Russ did it all himself. Strikeout number 5 of the day. We're going to the home half of the third. Tigers, they lead 2-0, looking for more. Part of the order coming to the plate for the Tigers. Rocco Royer will lead things off. A strikeout victim against Bolkins his last time up. Bolkins with a fastball, I beg your pardon, a breaking ball that the catcher could not handle, so it's ball 1. Rocco Royer put a drive into one that ended up foul, just on the right side of the foul line. The wind certainly carried it. If he got about another 5 to 10 feet on it, and if it was a fair ball, it would have had a chance to be a 3-run bomb in the first. Royer just fights this one off, and it's 2-1.
Bolkins, we talked about his walk issues early on this season in his 13 innings pitched. In that second inning right there, he attacked the zone much better, right? Was able to get out, be efficient. When he's attacking the zone, he's been good.
Up the middle, Bolkins dances out of the way into center field. And it's a leadoff single off the bat of Rocco Royer.
Great job by Rocco, living right back up the middle, hitting a hard ground ball right through the legs of Bolkins. Now let's see if Matt Moore can keep it going as the leadoff guy, Rocco Royer, is able to get on base.
4th hit of the day for Wittenberg. Bolkins just danced out of the way. Scary situation when the ball is hit that hard, especially up the middle. We have seen pitchers being put in danger quite a bit when that happens, as Matt Moore flies this one out. Pretty well hit into left center field. It is gone over the fence. The wind takes it out. Matt Moore, a 2-run bomb. Freebird will play across Carlton-Davidson Stadium, and the Tigers take a 4-0 lead.
Matt Moore absolutely put a charge into that ball. Hard line drive in the left center field to get things cracked open a little bit more for the Tigers. Make it 4-0 with the 2-run homer by Matt Moore. His third of the year, I believe. Let me check on that. Matt Moore, his third home run of the year. Climbing higher up the all-time RBIs list, as that's RBI 113 and 114 for him. As I will check and give you where he ranks now in the Wittenberg list.
And that'll bring up Alex Nemunitis, who will look at a changeup in there for strike one. And Matt Moore this season, it's only his third home run of the year, but they have come at some crucial times. And he absolutely hammered that ball out in the left center field.
Matt Moore right there with that RBI number 114 ties him with Connor O'Malley at 114.
Nemunitis puts the barrel on the ball. One hops the left fielder. It's down for a base hit. Nemunitis takes a turn. He's looking for two. The throw way off the mark. Nemunitis stretching a single into a double, showing off the speed. And it's a double for Alex Nemunitis with nobody away here in the bottom of the third. And the Tigers once again cooking with some business.
Great hustle by Alex Nemunitis right there, thinking double out of the box. Keeping it going for Alex in his hot season. But back to Matt Moore, RBI number 114 of his career. Ties him for fifth all-time with Connor O'Malley. Two current Wittenberg Tigers right now. Congrats to Matt Moore climbing his way up the ranks higher and higher.
Bluffton does have some action in the bullpen that just gone up and throwing.
That home run for the Tigers as well is their 31st of the year with plenty of ball games still to go. Their 31st of the year, that ties them for second all-time as a team in program history with the 2022 Tigers. So a lot of familiar faces that had 31 home runs in that season, right? But now they are tied for second all-time as a team for home runs in a season, number one being at 35. So very much in reach for this Tigers team with plenty of ball games left to go in the season.
The long ball Tigers have struck again. From Matt Moore, his two-run home run. Nemunitis send doubles. Here comes Xander Rodriguez. Bluffton's coach will head back into the dugout. As Bulkins remains out there, they do have action. A lefty warming up in the bullpen. Probably just wasting some time for him to get ready out there.
Speaking of home runs, the tie for the team leader in home runs right here is Xander Rodriguez, and the other guy that's tied, Alex Nemunitis at second base.
Fastball misses outside to Rodriguez, and it's 1-0. Bulkins working from the stretch. Comes set with Nemunitis a decent lead over at second, not being held on. Rodriguez watches a pitch miss low, and it's 2-0.
That homer right there for Matt Moore is also the seventh of his career, so 7 career homers for Matt Moore.
2-0. Breaking ball got the outside edge, and it's 2-1 on Xander Rodriguez. The freshman who has played at an upperclassman level so far this season. 2-1, the pitch. Fastball misses high, and it's 3-1 on Rodriguez.
I know a big thing for underclassmen that play right away, freshmen, sophomores. The big thing is you can't think of yourself as an underclassman, right? You are viewed on the team as a guy who is ready to play and one of the top guys on the team.
Rolls over on this one. Slow roller out to the second baseman as Baumgartner will pick it up, throws the first. Rodriguez is retired for out number 1 of the inning. That moves Nemunitis over to third, so a productive out. As moving along, here comes Jalen Williams, who had his first RBI of the season in his last at-bat.
As you said, productive out right there. Right, but we have a couple of young guys in this Wittenberg lineup, as we've talked about, that have produced all season long. And as a young guy, if you are looked on to play, you can't look at yourself as just, I'm a young guy, like things will work itself out eventually, right? They all have the mentality of producing right away, and that's why they have had such great seasons so far this year.
0-1 after a fastball down the middle. Infield is in. Ball gets away from the catcher. North will track it down. Nemunitis will track back to third base.
With 2 outs there, you would be a little bit more aggressive with your secondary and maybe trying to push and steal a run. With 1 out, infield in, you're trusting Jalen Williams to put a ball, find a hole, maybe even put it up in the air hard enough to score a run either way.
1-1, fouled back to the backstop, and it's 1-2 now on Jalen Williams.
Good job right there from Bolkins. Good fastball right there up in the zone, as Jalen's only able to foul it off. Now he has to do a good job right here with 2 strikes, not getting a strikeout here, trying to bring in that run.
1-2 on Williams. The infield in on the infield grass. Breaking ball misses high, and it's even at 2.
Good take right there from Williams as that pitch never quite broke down enough.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Jalen Williams. Comes to the plate, misses way outside, and it's 3-2.
Good job right here, being able to work the count back to full. Now he knows that pitcher does not give him a free pass. Look for a pitch to attack here.
3-2, breaking ball, front door, curveball. Throws Jalen Williams. Williams is down via the backwards K for out number 2. The infield will back up, and here comes Thatcher Dietz, who struck out his last time up as well.
Great pitch right there from Bolkins. The front door breaker, as you said, just froze Williams. Tough pitch to really do anything with. Bolkins comes back with another breaker right there, really trusting that pitch right now, as we see them attack hitters early in the count with it, late in the count for strikeouts.
Hit on the ground to third. It's through into left field. A base hit for Thatcher Dietz. Nemunitis will score. Tigers get one more with 2 outs. It's a 2-out single from Thatcher Dietz. An RBI with that as well. And the Tigers are up 5-0. And the inning will continue now for James McCauley.
Another 2-out RBI for the Tigers, I believe. 3 of the 5 runs they've scored in this game have been with 2 outs. Only 2 that weren't were the 2-run home run earlier this inning by Matt Moore. But the Tigers doing exactly what they have to do with 2 outs, understanding that they still have to get that 3rd out. Inning's not over. Dietz takes off to second base.
Runner goes, and it is thrown high. And jumping up to grab it was Baumgartner, the second baseman.
Good jump right there from Dietz, getting a stolen base. A guy who's not just power, a great overall athlete as a whole. Good speed, good power, good strength. The young freshman showing what he is capable of.
Wittenberg is 3 for 5 with 2 outs in this game. Fastball misses low, and it's 1-0. We talked about it in his last at-bat. James McCauley, though, this season has been terrific in getting RBIs out of the 9-hole, especially with 2 outs in the inning. He'll have another opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. Swings in front of a curveball. Just got a piece of it, but it's 1-1.
We don't have the exact numbers to back it up, but if I had to guess, guys with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, James McCauley is probably up there for the league, for the team leader in average in that case, so in RBIs. So
I'd have to guess McCauley would probably have 15 to 20 RBIs with 2 outs this season as well.
He's been great. He's been great in 2-out situations right here. He's in a good hitter's count. Let's see if he can add another one to that total.
I would love to go back and look and see how many RBIs James McCauley actually has this season with 2 outs in the inning. He'll work the walk as a breaking ball missed downstairs in the dirt. And it swings us back to the top of the order. Here comes Ben Seibert.
We have a nice little break until our next home game against Denison on Saturday. That might be their next game, period for the Tigers. So maybe in that due time, I'll try to look up and see that stat for James McCauley.
Assigning some homework, I see.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Dylan, I thought I graduated.
I'll look into it. See what James is doing. We always bring it up, right? So I want to see. Maybe we're delusional. Maybe James isn't that good with 2 outs of guys on base. So maybe we're just gassing James
That I know
up.
is not wrong. that I know is not right. Looks like we're having pitching change. A Beaver call to the bullpen. Tigers with 2 on, 2 out. They lead 5-0. In the bottom of the 3rd, we'll have stat line for Bolkins shortly, but we'll be back momentarily. White Groves takes over on the mound, 11.25 ERA through 24 innings this season. He is now making his 9th appearance of the season. This will be his 4th appearance out of the bullpen, and an opponent's batting average of .406 against Wyatt Groves. Comes in a tricky situation with 2 on and 2 out. Back to the top of the order, Ben Seibert, who is 0 for 1 today, lined out to the second baseman his last time up. Worked a walk in his first at-bat. Both runners go. The throw down to third, the slap tag, and they did get him. Not a great jump there whatsoever by Thatcher Dietz. And a tough way to end the inning. Tigers strand 1. We're going to the top of the 4th. Tigers get 3, especially off of a 2-run home run by Matt Moore. We're going to the top of the 4th. Tigers up by 5. Heart of the order coming to the plate for Bluffton and the Beavers in the away half of the 4th. Receive Baumgartner, Tao, and then Mauer all due up 2-3-4. Andrew Rust has gone through 10 batters in the first 3 innings. He has yet to allow a hit. And he has the only base runner he has allowed was Altman, who he hit by a pitch on a 2-0 count. Fastball got the outside corner for strike 1. Andrew Rust on the mound will kick, deal, and deliver. Fastball away outside, and it's even at 1 apiece. Baumgartner struck out his last time up. One and one now on Jake Baumgartner. Pitch fouled back, and it's 1-2.
Good fastball right there on the inner half. Changing the look right there. Getting that fastball in his hands. Look to see if he goes slider away here, as that's been working for him.
That's what got Baumgartner on his last at-bat was the slider. Russ comes set. Here's the payoff, but first he'll step off. Russ, the young pitcher for this Wittenberg team, has showed a lot of potential this season.
Russ is a guy who started a lot of games in his freshman campaign as well, so this is a guy that the Tigers are looking to make a big impact for even more couple years to come.
They go with the slider, but it was looked at, and it's 2-2, especially when you come into conference play because Austin Luther, Nick Cunningham, upperclassmen getting up there. So when you have an underclassman such as Andrew Rust that you get the sense is ready to go for conference play, could be huge. Dribbler on the ground at third. Nemunitis throws to Rodriguez, throws it away. It got above Rodriguez's head. Rocco Royer was there backing up, but he won't get there in time. And taking an easy trip to second base is Baumgartner. He'll reach on the air. Error number 1 for Alex Nemunitis. Error number 1 for the Tigers in this game. And the leadoff man is on board.
Just sat back a little too long right there. He fielded it clean and everything. Just didn't get his feet driving like he would want to. As now we got a little bit of the first trouble for Wittenberg as we got a runner on second base now in scoring position with no outs. But again, going back to Andrew Rust and the starters for the Tigers, there's about 5 starters right now that have been in that main rotation for the Tigers when it comes to starting games as of recently. You have Andrew Russ, who's a sophomore, Mikey Eichhoff, who's a sophomore, really a freshman in his first year, basically.
Popped up, foul ground. Rodriguez giving chase. Rodriguez will make the play. Runner will look to tag. Now he'll fire to second. The throw to third is in time. They got him. Xander Rodriguez rifled it to the second baseman, McCauley. Realizing that Baumgartner did not tag up on that pop-up. Went back, and then he ended up taking off for third. McCauley fires on over the third baseman, Nemunitis, who slaps the tag down. And a double play there. So 2 outs in the inning, and here comes Maurer.
Really good footwork right there by McCauley. Good job by Xander getting it in quick. The base runner saw him throw to second base, so he just tried to attack and get third off the throw. James McCauley with really good feet and a really good throw in order to get that double play right there.
Breaking ball. Inside corner for strike one. He went to tag up and then got caught out in no man's land. Rodriguez went to the second baseman, or the shortstop McCauley at second base. McCauley then just catches and fires it to Nemunitis, who's able to slap the tag at third. A much needed double play. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Maurer. Fastball high, and it's 2-1.
When looking at those starters, though, as we were talking about, Joe Carrasco seems to now be a guy who's going to hit some midweek starts. He had his last start, his first start of the season. He's had plenty of his career, but his first start this season was this past midweek, right? So you have 3 seniors that are up there with Cunningham, Luther, and Carrasco. And then you have 2 young guys and sophomores / freshmen with Mikey Eichhoff and Andrew Russ that have been throwing midweeks as well. So that just shows you the development and what they expect those guys to be in the near future with those seniors that will be leaving here soon.
2-2 with 2 outs. A pitch, fly ball hit out in the left field. Williams ranges over to the right, will drift back to the left. He'll make the grab, and down go the Beavers. Home half of the 4th. Coming up, Tigers up 5-0 as Andrew Russ dealing on the rubber. Ben Cyber will get things going here in the home half of the 4th. As White Groves remains on the rubber for Bluffton. First pitch of the at-bat, kicks, deals, leaves it outside. He threw 1 pitch to Ben Seibert when Thatcher Dietz got caught stealing, heading from second to third. 1-0, hit on the ground, up the middle, slow roller. Shortstop has it, fires across the diamond, and the leadoff man is retired, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Tommy Chalicki.
Great play by the shortstop, Towel, right there. Getting rid of it fast, knowing the speed that Ben Seibert has on the line, no hesitation right there. But Wyatt Groves being efficient. This is a guy, the junior, who has 5 starts this season, 13 starts during his career. He's thrown 82 innings in his career coming into today. and he has a 6.91 ERA in his career, right? So this is a guy with a 4.38 ERA last year in his sophomore campaign. Another guy who struggling early on this season in his first 24 innings, right? But this is the guy who has a lot of potential as well.
0-1. Breaking ball misses the inner half of the plate, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Tommy Chalicki, who we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the ultimate utility man for Wittenberg. Looks at a fastball that misses downstairs, and it's 2-1.
Exactly. This is a guy who's played second, third, left field, has pitched, hit all over the lineup.
2-1. Hit on the ground into that gap. Diving attempt. It's through into left field. A base hit.
Tigers have been peppering that 5-6 hole so far today. That's, I think, the third ground ball through that hole on the day.
Chalicki had a single through that hole the last time, or his first time up in the game as well. Chalicki moves for 2 for 3 on the day. And here comes Rocco Royer with Tommy Chalicki standing at first base.
Rocco had a nice line drive, ground ball single up the middle in his last at-bat.
Fastball looked at right down the middle for strike 1. White Groves on the rubber comes set. But before the pitch, he'll check back over to first, as Chalicki will dive back safely. Bluffton, this is a team 9-21 this season, but finished above 500 just a year ago. On that 9-game losing streak, Bluffton fans expected this team to get their footing at one point this season. It just simply has not come. As Royer looks at a change at that, got the inside corner for strike 2, and it's 0-2 on Rocco Royer.
Good job by Groves getting ahead in the count right here.
Here's the 0-2. Slow roller on the ground to first, steps on one, fires this one, airmails it into left field. Tommy Chalicki will stay put at second base as the left fielder is there to throw it back in. It'll be a 1-3, or it'll be a 3 unassisted ground out for the first baseman. Justin Maurer was just able to step on the bag, and now here comes Matt Moore, who hit that 2-run home run his last time round. So Matt Moore will stand in. He hit that 2-run home run his last time up. Nice changeup, got the upper half of the zone for strike 1.
Looking at the NCAC, we talked about that DePaul-Denison series. In game number 1, DePaul came away with the win. So now Wittenberg and DePaul are the teams tied for number 1 in the conference, as they both only have 1 loss. Game number 2 will be going on here shortly as well. So if we are still along during the broadcast and that game's going on, we will give you updates on that one as well. So Denison now has 2 losses, and then Wittenberg and DePaul are the 2 teams with 1 right now.
1-1. Chalicki looks at a fastball that missed away, and it's 2-1. I beg your pardon, this is Matt Moore. Chalicki stands on second base. Popped him up. First base sign. First baseman ranges over, hauls it in, and the side is retired. We're going to the 5th. 5-0. Tigers lead out in front against Bluffton and the Beavers. We'll be back on the Tigers Sports Network, powered by TKDS. 5, 6, 7 coming to the dish here in the top of the 5th. Hausman will stand in. He popped up to Xander Rodriguez his last time up. As Russ back out for another inning of work. First pitch fastball hit pretty well out into left field. Williams going back at the track. Ranging, runs into the wall. He makes the grab. What a terrific play out in left field by the young and impressive Jalen Williams.
We talked about the wind blowing to right field. That ball keeps it in the wind keeps it in the ballpark right there. And Jalen Williams not afraid of the fence, feeling out. He's made great plays in the outfield all season long, and there's another one right there to get that out, first out of the inning.
And that'll bring up Dietering. As fly ball out into left center field. This one has Seibert ranging back, looking up, and this time it's over the fence. It's gone. Dietering flashes the deuce to the dugouts. It is gone over the left field wall. Bluffton strikes for one, their first hit of the game, and it's a solo shot for the third baseman, Ezra Dietering.
2 hard hit balls back to back right there. That one did work, find his way out of here. As a good hit right there from Dietering to break up the no runs and the no hits going on in the game, right? So right there, first one for the Bluffton Beavers. Let's see if they can keep on moving on that, maybe get some more runs here.
Andrew Russ just quickly back to work. And first pitch slider misses outside. Dietering with the home run, and that now will send Tyler Fuller to the batter's box as Bluffton finally strikes the scoreboard. And the hit column as well. Dribbler foul, and it's even at 1 apiece.
Sometimes when you're a pitcher and you get through that first time through the order, right, you go wrap around and you don't see a hit and a run up there, it starts to creep in your head a little bit. You might get a little nervous. Right there, Andrew just left a couple pitches up because the line drive before was really well hit as well. Now he gets to settle down a little bit, right, understand, all right, now I'm just pitching a normal game. Let's see if he can continue to pitch very well as he has been so far.
2 balls and 1 strike now on Tyler Fuller, the right fielder. Russ, fastball, dribbler, down the third base line, tucks in foul. And it's now 2-2. Wittenberg, a lot of action coming up over the next couple of weeks. They have Ohio Northern coming up on their schedule on Tuesday. Tough team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, they have Denison, who currently is ranked number 2 in the entire nation, coming to town on Saturday for the Code Red games and a doubleheader, big NCAC game. And then they have DePaul the following Tuesday, who just took down Denison in game 1 of that 2-game doubleheader.
Those are the 3 teams at the top of the conference right now: DePaul, Denison, and Wittenberg, of course. And Denison and Wittenberg were the 2 teams that were the preseason favorites in the NCAC. 2 teams that were in the NCAC championship last year, right? So a very big week, as you were saying, with Ohio Northern, and then along with Denison, followed by DePaul. So this back stretch of the season right here is really where the Tigers get tested.
And those 5 games I just talked about are the final 5 home games for the Wittenberg Tigers as well.
Yep.
They have some road games sprinkled in there as well.
Their last series will be against Kenyon. And Kenyon, I believe, is in the 4th spot right now in the NCAC. So very good back half stretch for the Tigers. Let's see how that'll be the big test for the Wittenberg Tigers.
Fly ball, straightaway center field. Seibert runs in, battling the win. On the run, makes the grab for out number 2.
Good play right there from Seibert. Calling off the infielders, understanding he has an easier play, making the long run for out number 2, and a good job by Andrew Rust collecting himself and getting that out right there.
It was on a full count, too. Certainly, Fuller was working the count. And here comes the catcher, Brandon North, who struck out his last time up.
Little interesting anecdote as well. Pretty similar start to what Joe Horosco did in his complete game against Wabash in his conference start, as Joe Horosco had a no-hitter going through about 4 or 5 innings as well. So I know the Tigers dugout was feeling the pressure again a little bit as long as that was going. But right now, everything is a little relieved right now. Andrew just gets to pitch a free game now.
0-1. Fastball misses outside. Somebody in the dugout must have mentioned that there were no hits on the scoreboard. I know I did earlier, but it was well earlier in the broadcast from when that home run happened.
Exactly.
And it was too early to start talking about a no-hitter. What would you say would be a right inning to start talking about a possible no-hitter?
I know as a player, and I know for the pitchers as well, a lot of times they say, once you get through the lineup the first time, you start thinking about it, which is crazy to think about almost, right? But, like, if you, in, like, high school and stuff where at some fields they don't have the H column on the scoreboard, you don't even, like, realize. So a lot of times you're just playing through the game and you don't see it. Here at Carlson-Davis Stadium, you have the giant scoreboard out in left field. There is no missing it, right?
It's almost like it's taunting you out in left field.
Exactly.
Here's the 2-2 from Russ. Fouled back. We're doing it again.
So I know that this team was definitely thinking about it after that first time through the order. They were all probably looking up there like, uh-oh, like, got to make every play, got to do every
It's
little
one of
thing
those
we can.
side eyes.
Exactly.
2 balls and 2 strikes as Russ will come to the plate. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Got away from Rocco Royer, and it's gone full 3 balls and 2 strikes. First time through the order. I mean, on a no-hitter, that's just usually about 3 innings.
Yeah, I was
obviously unless somebody walked
Yep.
or got hit by a pitch like we saw in this case scenario.
Because I was talking about it with Joe Horosco and Nick Cunningham after Joe had his attempt at one earlier this week. And I said, when do you start to feel the pressure a little bit, right? Like, when do you start thinking about it?
2-2. Fastball misses in. Ball 4, and it's a 2-out walk
And
for Austin North.
And they both said, like, that first time through the order is when you start to think about it a little bit.
See, if anything, I would have guessed that it would have been the second time through the order. That gets you through the 6th inning. You've now seen the order twice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit more dominant.
I would think so, too. But when you're a pitcher, like, you know when you're rolling, right? And so you're probably thinking, like, oh, this guy's back up. I haven't given up a hit, right? So, like, I know that's probably what they're thinking in their heads. They're confident guys, of course. And Nick Cunningham is a guy who's had a chance at one before, too, last season. So no one's been able to pull it off yet on this Tigers team. And you might not see it. Obviously, very rare feat to happen.
Certainly hard to do, as 2 straight sliders. One got the zone, one missed the zone, and it's 1-1 here on North. Beg your pardon, this is Altman.
The last no-hitter that was thrown here was against the Tigers, and that was about 4 years ago. There was a no-hitter thrown against the Tigers in 7 innings in a shortened COVID season. So is that really a no-hitter? I would say that's a fake no-hitter, really, if we're going to be real about it.
Now, if it was for Wittenberg, we would be deeming it a no-hitter.
I was going to say, I say that as it was against us, not for us. But in my mind, there's an asterisk next to that one for sure.
1-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball that got the inside corner. Altman is down via the punch-out. And Bluffton's half of the 5th has come to a close. They get one on the solo shot by Dietering. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers still up 5-1 here on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Snoop Dogg is playing at Carlton-Davidson Stadium. That means Alex Nemunitis is settled in to lead things off here in the home half of the fifth. We're seeing Nemunitis, Xander Rodriguez, and Jalen Williams all due up here in the bottom of the fifth. Tigers 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Bluffton 1 run and 1 hit on the scoreboard. Fastball misses up in the zone. Taken for ball 1.
Bluffton pitchers and defense have done pretty well in this game, right? The 5 runs given up, but
up the middle, hit, a nice hop, bare hands, fires across the diamond, and oh my goodness, what an incredible play. I know that we're the broadcasters for the Tiger Sports Network, but we got to give kudos to that play that Jack Tao just made. It took a hop off the lip. Tao was able to adjust with a bare hand and fires it across to get Nemunitis, who was trucking down that first base line. A bang-bang play, but what an incredible play by the shortstop, Jack Tao.
Tao has made a couple of really impressive plays in this game so far, and that one right there is no different.
When we're on the Tiger Sports Network, obviously we can be biased for Wittenberg.
Exactly.
So when we're getting excited for a team for a play that the team makes against the Tigers, it just goes to show you what an incredible play by Jack Tao. Something you could just tip the cap to.
Hey, we're baseball fans first and foremost. When we got into this game, we know we loved baseball first and foremost. So when you see good baseball, you gotta
tip the cap.
Exactly. But as I was saying, like, good defense and good pitching has been thrown by this Bluffton team, right? The offense just has been a little slow early on, but if you go back and remember, as Xander hits a line drive right to the center fielder for out number 2, nothing you can do there if you're Xander. But one of the runs early on in that first inning was a ground ball that was hit off of the umpire, for example, right? So that is a run that probably would have been taken away, as we've seen the plays that Towles made at shortstop. You would assume he would make that one, right? So this is a game that Bluffton's played really well and is really in this game. It's just a matter of their offense getting it going now.
Here comes Jalen Williams. Williams is 1 for 2. He had an RBI single his first time up, struck out looking his last time. Fouls this one back, and it's 0-1.
But Groves has pitched well, as we've seen now. He's pitched really well in this game. And Bulkins, as I said, a couple unlucky breaks. The ball hit off the umpire. You walked a couple guys that came in to score.
0-1. Williams turns on one, hammers this one out into left field, but right at the left fielder. And Hausman will back up. He'll make the catch. The Tigers go 1-2-3 in the fifth. We're going to the sixth. Bluffton trails by 4, looking to draw in close. Nate Floyd takes over on the mound for the Wittenberg Tigers. Floyd making his 8th appearance on the season. He's pitched 16 and a third with a 10.47 ERA, an opponent's batting average of .303. Nate Floyd will take over for Andrew Rust, who was absolutely terrific. And when you look at Rust's numbers, 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run. It was off that solo home run in the last inning from Dietering. 6 punch-outs, 65 total pitches, pulling them early because you're heading into a week, Dylan, you were talking at the break. You were saying it's going to be all hands on deck, especially for that series against Denison. Ground ball, and Nemunitis makes the play. Fires on over to Rodriguez for out number 1.
We've talked about the next week, the 5 games we talked about, those are very big games, right? So this is where you're going to work on guys' pitch count, make sure that everyone's available if necessary during the 5-game stretch, along with the last 2 games against Kenyon as well. Very big stretch to end the season for the Tigers, right? So right now it's just a matter of getting guys pitches, getting guys innings. And Nate Floyd is a guy who, going over his career, is a guy who's thrown 86 innings in his career, right? A junior. And so far this year he struggled, right? But when we look at at a deeper standpoint, he's had his best appearances out of the pen so far this year. And in the month of February, he played 1 game in the month of February. He gave up 5 runs in that game. He gave up 5 runs, or my apologies, he gave up 12 runs in the month of March. So he's only given up 3 runs in the month of April so far, right? So Nate Floyd is really getting back in the groove of things here, and you're seeing him pitch really well right here to start off this game.
Fastball paints the outside edge, and it's 1-2. 5-1, we're in the top of the 6th. Nate Floyd only working out of the stretch. Kicks, deals, comes to the plate, slider, slapped the other way, foul. We're to the 1-2 again.
Floyd is a guy with a little bit of a funky delivery, right? He goes a little bit from that sidearm, arm slot. Guy who runs it up there in velo as well, right? This is a guy who could get up in the upper 8s, low 90s, and a guy with a nasty wipeout slider as well.
1-2, fastball misses outside. Could have gone either way, but it's 2-2. It was a cloudy day pretty much all day long until the sun started peeking out at Carlton-Davidson Stadium right at first pitch. 2-2, pitch hit hard out to second base. Chalicki will make the play, catches it through the air. Out number 2, 2 up, 2 down. Air in the top of the 6th. And that'll bring up Jack Towle, the shortstop. Baumgartner smoked that one, but Chalicki making an excellent read and a nice play.
Yep, good piece of hitting right there, right? Good pitch by Nate Floyd, fastball on the outer half, and a good piece of hitting, line drive that way, but right at the second baseman for out number 2.
Slider got the outside part of the zone, and it's 0-1. 0-1 here on Towle. Towle, he's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to Nemunitis his first time up, and then popped up into that double play. His last time where Rodriguez made the play made the play in foul ground, made the catch, then fired to McCauley. McCauley then relayed to Nemunitis. As Baumgartner took off for third, that was back earlier on in the contest.
It's a good block right there from Rocco Royer. I want to give a shout-out to Rocco Royer. Always give a shout-out to the catchers during these games, as a lot of hard work being put in back there.
1-2, Floyd comes set. 2 down in the top of the 6th. Here is the pitch from Floyd. Fastball misses just down and away, and it's 2-2. Action in the Tigers bullpen.
Kyle Mahan down there in the pen. Familiar face out of the pen for the Tigers.
2-2, Floyd to the plate. Dribbler up the middle. McCauley has it. Fires on the run. Side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. Goes the Beavers. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers up 5-1, looking for more. 8-9-1 coming up for the Tigers. Thatcher Dietz is standing in to lead things off. We'll see James McCauley and then Ben Seibert do up in the bottom of the sixth. Tigers are up 5-1. They struck for 2 in the bottom of the first. They struck for 3 in the bottom of the third. They've put up goose eggs in the previous couple of innings. Dietz dances out of the way as a fastball misses way inside, and it's 1-0.
Yep, a couple of zeros the last couple of innings. Wyatt Groves has come in and pitched a really good game so far. We've talked about the importance of the bottom of the order starting things, right, to flip it back to the top. Let's see if they can do it once again for this Tigers team, starting with Dietz and McCulley, and then flipping it back to the top of the order.
Dietz saws this one off down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike as Wyatt Groves, only working out of the stretch, comes to the plate. Breaking ball has Dietz dancing once again, and it's 2-1. Dietz showing off his best version of the disco dance. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good feet by Dietz in the box.
Pitch, this one on the ground. Nice diving play by Tao. Tao comes up firing, throws the first, got him just by a half a step. Tao makes another terrific play at shortstop. If there was a gold glove given out in this game, it would certainly go to Jack Tao. He has been a force to be reckoned with, ranging at the shortstop position. And the leadoff man is retired as we swing it now to James McCulley.
I think we've given him too much credit. I think that was an unnecessary dive right there from Tao. I'm just kidding. Very good play by Tao once again to get out number 1. Now we got Wittenberg shortstop up to plate right here and James McCulley.
McCulley looks at a slider, backdoor slider, got the zone, and it's 0-1.
Tao's been very impressive defensively here today. Phenomenal defense at that shortstop spot for Bluffton.
0-1, Groves to the plate. McCulley sends this one down the right field line. Pretty well hit, but will hit up on top of the pavilion out down the right field line, and it's 0-2 on the Tigers shortstop. Oh, 2 on McCulley. Kick, steals, comes to the plate. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-2.
Dietz a good runner too, right? So an underrated part of that play is able to get up and make a good hard throw to get the out. Good job by Tao to get out number 1.
1-2. Breaking ball smoked down the right field. Into right field, but right at the right fielder. Making the grab is Fuller. Hit pretty well on a line, but Fuller didn't have to move. Adjusted to the wind, blew it right to him. And we're back to the top of the order with Ben Seibert.
Good piece of hitting right there. Line drive to right field. Just right at the right field. That's almost one do you wish you hit it a little worse. And it landed in front of him. But regardless, that's out number 2. Ben Seibert now looking to get things started with 2 outs, which we know the Tigers have scored with 2 outs plenty before.
Ben Seibert, first pitch hacking at it, fouls it back to the screen.
As we talked about, 3 of the Tigers' runs in this game have come with 2 outs, right? Obviously, there were guys on base already, but this is not a spot that the Tigers think that the inning's over, right? Let's see if the top of the order can get things going now.
0-1, misses high, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Seibert. Seibert fouls it in the batter's box, and it's 1-2.
Groves has now thrown 3 total innings. 3 total innings on the day. No strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed, so a lot of weak contact, trusting his defense behind him. He's got 2 strikes right here. He's looking to get his first strikeout maybe, but Groves has pitched a very, very good game out of the pen here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Seibert. Breaking ball, Seibert puts a charge into this one. Center fielder going back, looking up, and he will make the grab on the run at the warning track. And the Tigers will go 1-2-3. We're heading.
Bluffton, we said coming into the game, fielding .950 on the year, right? It was just their ERA was pretty high, right? Their hitting numbers were a little down, right? We've seen they've struggled to hit a little bit, but they've played good defense all year, and we've seen it here today.
That was a long run there by the center fielder, Seth Altman. Altman, with the wind carrying it back all the way to the track, right up against the fence, was able to track it down. And the Tigers will go 1-2-3. We're going to the 7th. 5-1, Wittenberg on top. Justin Maurer will get things going. We'll see Maurer, Hausman, and Deitering all due up here. 4, 5, 6 batters for Bluffton in the 7th. Game is moving pretty quickly. Nate Floyd back out there with a first pitch slider. Misses down in the zone, 1-0.
Floyd back out here for some work in this inning, his second inning.
1-0. Floyd back to the plate. Fastball up and in, and it's 2-0. Tigers continue to have action warming up in the bullpen.
Kyle Mahan still out there, as we talked about, getting ready just in case. Staying hot and ready, like a Little Caesars pizza, of course, out in the bullpen.
2-0. Right down Broadway, 2-1. You know, for $5, I don't think you could beat a Little Caesars pizza.
Hey, I mean, pizza's pizza. We've talked about it before. You give me a good old pizza, I will eat it.
We're also just not picky. Fastball outside. I mean, we're two growing boys that like to eat.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Sometimes our stomach will take over, and that's what'll be talking on the mic instead of our voices. 3-1. Floyd comes to the plate. Grounder foul. We've gone full.
I think the big problem right now is that this isn't a doubleheader. On the doubleheader games, you guys don't know this, but on the doubleheader games, we get pizza in between the games. No pizza for us here today, so I think our minds are just thinking about that pizza.
I think I'm getting hungry. I think I'm getting very, very hungry. We have some snacks next to us, but I'm sure everybody out there doesn't want us chewing on the mic. Ball 4, low and away. And the leadoff man is on. As Maurer will take a trip down to first. That brings up Evan Hausman.
When looking at this Bluffton team, last season, this is the team that went 22-18. 22-18 on the year, right? So just a little rough stretch. We said they were 9-12, just like the Tigers were 21 games through the season. Just two opposite ends of the spectrum. Tigers are on a 10-game winning streak, and Bluffton's on a 9-game losing streak, right? So this is a Bluffton team who we've said playing really good defense, has been pitching. Some of their pitchers have been pitching pretty well. Their hitting's been decent, right? But just a little rough patch for them right now.
0-1. Floyd from the stretch misses low, and it's even at 1-1. Hausman today has gone over 2. Popped up to Rodriguez in the second inning and then flew out to the left field, Jalen Williams. He was actually the player, though, that put a really nice charge into the ball to lead off the 5th.
I think on another type of wind day here at Carlton Davidson, if it was blowing out towards left, that ball might have been a home run as well. So he's feeling good after his last at-bat for sure.
Barreled it up. Just Williams was able to track it down, make a nice play running into the wall. Fouled back out of play, and Hausman quickly behind. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes against Nate Floyd.
Good job by Floyd after walking the leadoff guy to get back ahead in the count, 1-2. Let's see if he can put him away now with a good start of this at-bat.
1-2. Floyd comes to the plate. Slider, swing and a miss. Got Hausman swinging through a slider that was way outside the zone. A nasty pitch there by Nate Floyd for the first down here in the 7th. And here comes Deitering. Ezra Deitering, last time up, hit that solo home run, the lone run, and the lone hit in this game for Bluffton.
Nasty slider, as you said. Nasty slider to get that swing and miss and strike out right there for out number 1.
Deitering seeing the ball really well, way late on a fastball, strike 1. Took a very, very hardy swing there, but he was tardy.
A little bit more velo from Nate Floyd, from Andrew Russell, a little bit of a different type of arm you're seeing right here.
0-1. Down and away, 1-1. We have a good-sized crowd here on a Sunday afternoon, chilly day in Springfield.
Good amount of Bluffton fans out here today as well, as it is not too far from Springfield.
Just about an hour and a half. Mapped it before the game. I think the official marking was an hour 34, if I remember correctly.
Get some good traffic. It's an hour and a half. Had a pretty decent start time, 4 o'clock. Probably got people leaving around like 3 o'clock. That's not too bad. Not rush hour yet.
1-1. Fouled back, and we'll head out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Deitering. Floyd set on the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Slider off the end of the bat. Rodriguez knocks it down, steps on first for one, no play at second. So he'll take the 3 unassisted, advancing 90 feet up to second base, and now we have a runner in scoring position with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. Inning continues for Fuller.
That ball hit off the end of the bat right there, had a little bit of funky spin on it, hopped up on Xander at first. Good job keeping it in front of him, bodying it up, and getting that out right there, and not forcing a throw at second base either.
Checks back to second base, and a very nice snapback for Nate Floyd, just getting in there in a nick of time was Maurer.
James McCulley seemed to be arguing that he never got back to the base, asking the umpires, saying, I don't think he's there, I don't think he's there. Unfortunately, does not get the call.
Maurer gets his lead off second. Fastball got the inner half of the plate for strike 1. As Fuller stands in, Fuller 0 for 2, flew out his last time up to Ben Seibert, and Seibert had to run a country mile to track that one down. Here's the 0-1. Low and in the dirt, even at 1 apiece.
Good job by Royer keeping that ball in front of him, not allowing that runner to advance to third base.
One ball and 1 strike. Floyd comes set. Floyd to the plate. Fastball down the middle. Looked like he had some two-seam action on that as it cut back inside to the right-handed batter Fuller. And it's 1-2. The Bluffton Beavers have a runner in scoring position. It's Maurer, after he worked the leadoff walk. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the 7th, Tigers lead 5-1. Slider in there, strike 3. They got him looking. Sit him down, strike 3, and it's stretch time. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Tigers, they lead by 4. 5-1. We'll be back on Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS. Part of the order in the bottom of the 7th, Tommy Chalicki coming to the batter's box. 2, 3, 4, Chalicki, Royer, and Moore due up here. In the bottom of the 7th, Tigers, they lead 5-1. White Groves has come into the game, and he has slammed the door on the Tigers. Has limited the offense, but now it looks like some action going on in Bluffton's bullpen. 1-0. Chalicki, fastball down the middle for strike 1, 1-1.
Bluffton has some action going down the bullpen just in case. As Groves is 3 1/3 into this ball game, just having a guy out there just in case. And Wittenberg has another guy out there as well, as that ball will just go foul. Has another guy out there, and freshman Tommy Anthony, who we have seen recently here at Carlton-Davidson Stadium, as he's pitched very well as of late.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Tommy Chalicki. Groves, the lefty to the plate. Smokes it this time down the right field line. Foul ball, 1-2, as Chalicki making both bullpens work.
Good job by Chalicki right there. The backdoor slider doing just enough to foul it off and stay alive.
1-2, the pitch from Groves and on the ground to second. Took a weird hop off the second baseman into center field. Chalicki reaches. And the leadoff man is abroad. And that brings up Rocco Royer to the batter's box.
Yeah, tough hop right there. Tough hop right there. Don't know if they're going to give it a hit or an error. We will let you guys know, as it looks like they will give it a hit. So another hit right there for Tommy Chalicki to lead things off with Rocco Royer coming up to the dish.
Chalicki, his third hit of the day. He's 3 for 4. And the only time he was recorded out today was that fly ball hit pretty well into right field.
Chalicki, as we've said, has played really well all season. Even his average is probably a little bit deceiving as he's hit a lot of hard outs as well.
Snap back throw to first. It's high. Chalicki gets back safely. Pitch was called a strike, and it's 1-1 on Rocco Royer. One ball and 1 strike on Rocco Royer. Chalicki, big lead over at first, comes to the plate, fouled back, and it's 1-2 on Royer. Royer has been down in the count quite a bit here today.
Nice little protective net all the way around here at Carlton Davis Stadium, but there was a Bluffton parent that was ready to catch that ball. He had his hand up there ready to make a play.
1-2. Ball gets away from the catcher, North. North will have to run it down. Chalicki, in the meantime, advances 90 feet to second base. And the Tigers have some runners threatening out on the pond. Runner in scoring position. It's Tommy Chalicki.
Good job by Tommy. Good read, getting in the scoring position now with a big RBI threat with Rocco Royer. Tough block right there for North as that one just squirts away from him.
Here's the pitch. Royer watches it inside. We've gone full to Rocco Royer with Matt Moore, who stands in the on-deck circle.
With the base open, we'll see if North attacks here with a fastball, if he's a little bit more willing to mess around here maybe.
3-2, down and in. Ball 4, Rocco Royer working the count. He'll draw the walk. 3 straight pitches have missed the zone for Wyatt Groves. And the first 2 runners here in the bottom of the 7th reach for the Wittenberg Tigers. It's Royer on first, Chalicki on second. And here comes Bluffton. Looks like their pitching coach out to the rubber, just going to have a talk with Wyatt Groves. Probably to give them some more time to make sure that the bullpen is ready to go if needed.
As we said, Groves has pitched very well in this game. If they can do whatever they can to keep him in, they're going to try to. As he's thrown 3 2/3, that's the first walk that he's allowed right there. So they're going to trust him right here against Matt Moore. At least that's what it seems.
Matt Moore, he hit that 2-run home run his last time round. I beg your pardon, a couple of times around.
Groves had pretty good success against Matt Moore his last time against him, so probably just rather see the guy who's had success go against a hitter like Matt Moore. But if you're Matt Moore, you got to be thinking, now this is my second time seeing Groves. Maybe he saw something in that first at-bat. He might make an adjustment too.
Here comes Matt Moore. With 2 on and nobody out. Runners on first and second. Groves to the plate. Fastball got the inner half, and it's strike 1.
Good bounce back pitch right there from Groves.
Matt Moore stands in. Groves quickly back to the plate. This time misses inside. And it's even at 1-1. Ball got away from North. And then Matt Moore was in the way. But the runners will retreat. Chalicki back to second. Royer back to first. 1 ball and 1 strike. Groves comes set. The southpaw to the plate. Misses high, and it's 2-1. Groves, who had a nice slider working for him earlier in the game, has drifted a bit away from it. Has gone more fastball changeup over the last inning or so. Another fastball misses downstairs, and it's 3-1.
Groves visibly upset with himself right there, falling behind in the count. Now he knows he has to try to attack here, not allow this base runner to get on with no outs.
3-1. Popped him up. Shallow, it will bounce in the infield, goes to second, goes to third, and now we're going to have a rundown. Chilicki turns back, goes to second. He'll slip out between the base pads. The throw back to first, almost a triple play. As Matt Moore was caught sleeping, he'll be able to get back to the bag. It's a double play instead of a triple play. Great awareness there. It was a hit up in the air, but not high enough to get the infield fly roll. And the second baseman, Jake Baumgartner, was able to drop it, goes to second for the force. Then the guy got Chilicki in a rundown for the second out of the inning. Then they fired back to Matt Moore, who Matt Moore got lost between first and second. Nobody was covering first. If there was somebody covering first, they would have gotten Matt Moore. But they say that he was back safe, and now Bluffton starting to walk towards the dugout while the umpires are convening on the infield grass.
They might be arguing that there was an out already in this inning. I'm trying to think who led off this inning.
It was Chilicki who led off the inning.
So there wouldn't have been an out already. So that would be 2 outs. I don't know what the argument would be for a triple play. Yeah, so there's out number 2. I think they might have thought that there was already an out already.
Unless they were trying to say that maybe Chilicki ran out of the baseline. It didn't look like it was up here.
But even if he did, that would only be the second out. You still didn't get Matt Moore. I think the argument was that they might have thought there was already an out already. But regardless, there's a double play right there. As you said, it was good awareness right there. Groves did not go to cover first base, right? Ball hit to the right side of the field. No matter what, pitchers should naturally go and cover first base, even if the first baseman ends up covering it themselves. Groves did not do that, so the second baseman did a good job not looking at first and going to second base. And then another great play by Towell, understanding that Chilicki got a late jump, going to third base instead of trying to just eat it, getting that double play and that rundown. And then Matt Moore is able to retreat back to first base and be safe, preventing the triple play from happening. And now the Tigers, when it looked like they had something going, now there's 2 outs with a guy on first base instead of a guy in scoring position with no outs.
Well, now the umpires once again communicating the infield for Bluffton just by their body language. They think that they should be out of the inning.
There's no chance, quite simply, because there was no outs going into that.
Chilicki was the leadoff man. They're going to pull Brian McGee aside, the manager for the Wittenberg Tigers. So they originally came to a calling. Bluffton then, it looked like, appealed something else. And now they're going to go talk to manager McGee for the Wittenberg Tigers. As of now, to our knowledge, it was a double play, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, in a game that Tigers lead 5-1 with Matt Moore on first base. Unitas is getting ready to go. A lot going on the field.
I don't know what.
This has been a long break as well.
I don't know what the appeal could be about, to be honest.
Unless it was a situation, now I brought this up before, that they say Chilicki was out of the base path, and because he was out of the base path, they didn't have any chance at getting Matt Moore at first. But like I said, I don't necessarily, that's the only thing that's coming to my mind right now.
I was thinking maybe it could be a fact of after the tag with Chilicki, maybe he was in the way and there could have been an interference after the tag as they were trying to make the throw to first base. That could be the argument. I don't think out of the baseline would affect if they can make the third out. I think they can maybe argue interference. I didn't see any sort of that, though.
I feel like it's something, though, revolving around Chilicki, who was in that rundown.
I would think, but...
And it is a long conversation with manager McGee. A lot to unpack here. as we've been paused for now about 5 minutes in real time.
Coach McGee does not look happy over at third base, Coach. I will say that. Looks to be shaking his head in disagreement.
And now it's getting pretty vibrant over there as well. Hand motions from Coach McGee.
He's explained the play, said that ball dropped in between. It was not caught in the air. Right now, after it was caught, he was thrown to second base for the first out of the inning. Right. Then the play was thrown to third base. There was the rundown for the second out. And now my guy at first base dove back in, was not out at first base. There's the 2 outs right there. And he is not happy, and it looks like they will call it the third out, which I don't know what.
Out number 3, Bluffton gets out of the inning. It's a triple play somehow. We just don't know how.
I'm going to go down there and try to see what I could find out in between the innings and see if I can let you guys know.
Well, we'll be back. We're going to the 8th. Tigers up 5-1. Top of the 8th, and we do have a update on a confirmation on what happened for the triple play to end Wittenberg's 7th inning. And with more on that, we're sending it to Dylan.
Yeah, so the umpire apparently called an infield fly. Obviously was not very loud about it, as if no one on the field knew that it was called until they had to argue about it. But on an infield fly, runners are allowed to move at their will, which they did. And because of that, they were able to get the 2 outs after the infield fly, which caused the triple play. Just a lack of communication by the umpire crew, as that ball is lifted out into left field deep on the track, and that ball is gone for the second home run of the day, the second hit of the game, both being home runs for the 2 runs for Bluffton, as Tommy Anthony is into the ball game now for the Tigers. But just an unfortunate thing right there for the Tigers. I don't say this a lot, but just not a very good call right there by the umpire crew. That's just something that you don't want to see, as now Bluffton is using that momentum to cut into this lead now.
That was actually Aiden Spriggs. He was the pinch hitter for Bluffton, and how about that? A pinch hit, home run.
Jalen Williams had lost his glove over the fence right there, as they got some people to help retrieve it out there, and it's all good now. But Tommy Anthony, the freshman, is in now to pitch for the Tigers. Gives up that home run right there, but nice little fresh, clean slate now, as you have nobody on, still up by 3 runs.
That will trim Wittenberg's lead down to just 3. Fastball down the middle for strike 1.
The big issue with that triple play is the fact that the runners ran because there was no vocalization of the infield fly.
Nobody knew that it was an infield fly.
So because of that, the runners ran, which then caused them both to get out, when Matt Moore was already out before that because the umpire apparently pointed in the air to indicate it. But there's just something you don't want to see if you're the Tigers, especially when you had maybe a little bit of life rolling on offense after a couple zeros up there. Now there's another 0 on the board for the Tigers on offense, and Bluffton starts off with a home run right there in this inning to get things rolling on the other side.
2 balls and 1 strike. Anthony comes to the plate, swing and a miss. Seth Altman will stand in the batter's box, and he's looking at a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Nonetheless, no matter how you want to chalk up that bottom of the 7th, Tommy Anthony, a freshman who's coming in with a big responsibility of trying to keep the Tigers out in front. But as we mentioned, a freshman that has shown a lot of potential so far this season. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Anthony, the payoff, the pitch, and it hit him. Altman takes a trip down to first. And Bluffton has one on with nobody out. And we're back to the top of the order with Ethan Moore.
Tommy Anthony, Coach McGee is coming out there not looking happy, as he is probably going to ask if it was a foul ball. And obviously with what just happened in the bottom half of that 7th inning, you already know that he's a little bit fired up.
Brian McGee is voicing his displeasure with the home plate umpire, and they will ask for an appeal with the field umpire to possibly see if it was a foul ball. It took an awkward angle. The batter was wearing an elbow guard. That could have been it, but
I think it hit him in the hand just based on his reaction, but
we'll wait and see the call of it. But Coach Brian McGee is pretty infuriated down on the field.
And it's not even, this is the thing of a carryover thing, right? Like, if this had just happened without what happened in the bottom half of the 7th, he's probably not out here as displeased as he is. And they will say it did hit him in the hand. Coach McGee is going to have to do whatever he can to keep his cool a little bit, right? But obviously not happy and displeased with what's going on right now.
And he is voicing his displeasure down on the field as well. And he is getting into it with home plate umpire. He'll take it right to that brink. He knows where the line is. He did not cross the line. He'll stay in the game. He'll walk back to the dugout. Now here he comes again.
He's going to call time. Maybe looking to just talk to the field. Obviously he knows, and he will go to Kyle Mahan after the home run and the hit by pitch by freshman Tommy Anthony, as that will do it for his day. And we will go to a familiar face, junior pitcher Kyle Mahan.
So here comes Kyle Mahan. It's a Tiger call to the bullpen. Here in the 8th, Tigers lead 5-2 against the Bluffton Beavers. Tigers turn over to one of their more trusted bullpen arms as Kyle Mahan comes out of the pen with nobody out here in the 8th. And a runner on first after the hit by pitch As we're back to the top of the order, it's the second time Altman has been plunked here today. Mahan, first pitch fastball upstairs for ball one. Ethan Moore has had a pair of strikeouts so far in this one. The designated hitter trying to avoid the golden sombrero. Mahan looking to give it to him. He'll check him back to first. It was a solo home run by Aiden Spriggs out of the 8-hole, pinch hitter. Brings it back within 3, shows bunt, fastball misses outside, and it's now 2-0. Action warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers. As Gavin Lones, the southpaw left-handed pitcher, up and throwing. 2-0, the pitch from Mahan, fastball upstairs, and it's 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. Mahan comes set on the rubber. Looks in. The pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Ethan Moore, and here comes Baumgartner.
If you're the Tigers right now, you have to do everything you can to regroup, recenter yourself, right? 4-pitch walk right there. I know emotions are high right now with what's going on during the game. Got to recoup all together. See if you can get a big out right here for Mahan. Battle back with a strike and get things back rolling.
The tying run stands into the batter's box now for Bluffton. Here in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Great bounce back pitch right there from Mahan. Trusting the breaker to get ahead 0-1. Tigers have lefty freshman out in the bullpen now, Gavin Lones, as he is the next guy that looks like will come in if necessary.
0-1, Mahan, another curveball. Fouled it off, and it's now 0-2.
Great job by Mahan right here to get back into the count now. Now he has a lot of stuff he can work with. He can go for a strikeout pitch, look for a ground ball, maybe get a double play.
Jake Baumgartner is 0 for 3 today. Tao stands in the on-deck circle, also 0 for 3. Here's the 0-2 from Mahan with nobody out and 2 on. Mahan set, kicks, nails to the plate, breaking ball, popped him up. Drifting back down the right field line, and it is well out of play. We'll do the 0-2 again. No balls and 2 strikes. Mahan set on the mound, comes to the plate. Breaking ball, check swing, he did not go around.
Good breaker right there, trying to get the swing and miss for the strikeout. Mahan the year has a K per nine of 9.82. This is his 10th appearance on the year, 1.23 ERA, so this is a very, very important go-to guy out of the pen for the Tigers here in this moment.
1-2, Mahan comes set. Comes to the plate, breaking ball hit on a line into left field. It's going to drop. Jalen Williams, ball gets by Williams. 1-1 is going to score. Baumgartner moves up to second base, and the tying run is now in scoring position for Bluffton. It was hit on a line. Jalen Williams missed it. It went right under his glove. That'll be able to score a run and move everybody else up an extra 90 feet, and now 2 on in scoring position for Bluffton. With nobody out here in the top of the 8th. An error going against Jalen Williams, the left fielder. And the tying run is standing on second base. Here comes the go-ahead run. It's Maurer.
Just the breaking ball that he left up in the zone a little bit too much. Good job by Baumgartner to sit back on it and hit a line drive into left field. Unfortunate, just gets through the legs of Jalen Williams as it was hopping a little bit weird out in that outfield. And now you have 2 more guys in scoring position in a 2-run ball game with no outs.
0-1 fastball hit on the ground to short. McCauley picks it up, goes home with it. The throw is in time. They got him. McCauley looked at first and went home. A beautiful throw to Rocco Royer. Royer slaps the tag. They got him at the plate.
I mean, just a brain fart a little bit by Moore. Sitting at third base, a ground ball hit up the middle. You go immediately. He sat back and waited and then realized his mistake and then went. Once you make the mistake, you do not go and give him a free out. That's what he did. The Tigers will take that right there, as that should have been an easy run to score to make it a run-run game.
They throw him out at home. It is a 6-2 ground out. An excellent heads-up play by James McCauley.
Yes, very smart there from James McCauley. He realized that he hesitated, saw it in his peripheral vision, and then was able to make the good throw and get the out at home plate.
Moving on in the lineup, it's Justin Maurer. Breaking ball misses low, and it is now 1-1.
If you're the Tigers now, you have to take advantage of that. You got to see if you can get out of here without giving up another run, because it should be a one-run ball game right now.
Maurer represents the go-ahead run with the tying run standing at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a pitch from Mahan. Fastball fouled back to the back screen, and it is 1-2 on Maurer.
Good job by Mahan right here, getting ahead in the count right there. Good job in the last batter, too, getting that weak ground ball. Mahan's looking to settle in right here.
2 on, 1 out. Could be a big out number 2 for Kyle Mahan and company. 1-2. Breaking ball misses low, spin on by Maurer, and it's 2-2.
It's a great pitch right there by Mahan. Just very good take by Maurer.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Mahan to the plate, breaking ball, popped him up. Wynn will carry it out into shallow right field. Thatcher Dietz will run on. He'll make the play, quickly gets it back in for a big out number 2. And here comes Hausman. Evan Hausman will represent the go-ahead run with the tying run staying put at first. But a huge out number 2 and a huge back-to-back outs for Kyle Mahan. And the Tigers are 1 away from getting out of this pickle. A 2-run inning for Bluffton after the solo home run that we saw Aiden Spriggs hit.
We've talked about in the past, right? Little mistakes against good teams can sometimes come back to bite you. That mistake right there by Moore at third base, getting that out at home, could be the difference in this ball game if Mahan is able to get the Tigers out of this inning.
The second run in the inning came on that single into left field that Williams missed. 0-1 as the fastball got the upper half of the zone for strike 1. Mahan will come set. And he'll follow it up with a breaking ball, hit pretty well out into straightaway center field. Seibert has it in its sights. He'll make the grab, and the side is retired. Bluffton strands 2. Kyle Mahan works himself out of a jam, and the Tigers remain on top. Tigers need some more insurance after Bluffton gets 2. We're going to the bottom of the 8th in a game that's 5-3. Snoop Dogg playing across Carlton-Davidson Stadium to lead off the 8. Here comes Alex Nemunitis. Alex Nemunitis, Xander Rodriguez, Jalen Williams all due up here in the home half of the 8th. As the Tigers will look to get some insurance runs back that they need. Breaking ball misses up in the zone for ball 1. We have a new pitcher out on the mound. William Nowakowski will take over for Bluffton. As a curveball got the bottom half of the zone. Nowakowski, a .879 ERA through 14 and a third. This is his 10th appearance of the season, all coming out of the pen. An opponent's batting average of .333 against them. Roller out to the shortstop. Tao fires, shows off the cannon, and guns down Alex Nemunitis at first for out number 1.
Yeah, Nowakowski is sophomore pitcher, 10th appearance on the year, as you said, a guy that they trust out of the pen a lot. And new catcher in the ballgame as well for Bluffton is freshman Matthew Mitchell, as he will come in to catch for the Beavers.
Breaking ball for Nowakowski will miss outside, and it's 1-0 on Xander Rodriguez. Xander Rodriguez today 0 for 2.
Had a couple productive outs. There was a time when Nemunitis was on second base with no outs. He was able to hit a ground ball, move him over to third base. So a couple productive outs as well.
Early on that swing, he was looking for it all, and it's 1-2 now on Xander Rodriguez. Wittenberg has not scored since the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Wittenberg put up 2 in the bottom of the 1st off of 4 hits. Then they put up 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. This is a team that has been 1 hit since the 3rd inning, and we're in the 8th. So an offense that has gone ice cold ever since Wyatt Groves has checked into the game. Now William Nowakowski will look to continue that dominance.
We talked about early on, right, also little things that will come back to bite you as that pitch is outside to make the count back to full. Good take right there from Xander Rodriguez, but the umpire being hit in that first inning, right, to score one of those runs, right? Adding a run for Wittenberg instead of having 4 runs, and then the mistake in that last half inning that didn't allow that run to score for Bluffton. So this is a game that a couple things going a couple different ways. This could be a tie ball game here at this moment. But the Tigers up by 2, looking to maybe add some insurance and end this thing in the top of the 9th.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Xander Rodriguez. The true freshman leads the team in walks, looking to add another one or a base hit. Ball 4, take your base. Xander Rodriguez is abroad with 1 out, and that brings up the left fielder, Jalen Williams. So here comes Jalen Williams. 1 for 3 on the day. Had his first RBI of the season back in his first at-bat. He got a base hit through that 5-6 gap. Will face Nowakowski for the first time. First pitch swinging. Flares one out into right center field. Center fielder drifting over. Will make the play. Altman a long run down to get there. He got there in time. Out number 2.
Good play right there from Altman. Able to make another good play out in center field. He's done a good job showing his range in the gaps. But as you said, Xander Rodriguez leads this Wittenberg team in walks. That was his 31st, I believe, of the year, if that was his first one of the day. Let's see. Yeah, that was his first walk of the day. That's his 31st of the season, which puts him to 5th all-time for most walks in a season. The freshman having a fantastic campaign.
Dietz will foul this one off and out of play. Thatcher Dietz stands in. He is 1 for 3 on the day. An RBI single in his second at-bat of the day. Thatcher Dietz has been terrific in the playing time that he's gotten, a freshman for the Tigers with certainly a bright future ahead of him.
Sometimes when you're a freshman, it's just a matter of finding your role, right? And Thatcher's been a guy who has gotten starts, who is a guy who, in a big pinch hit situation, he's gotten that role as well. He's used as a defensive guy in the outfield. Another guy who came in as a catcher, right, has made himself very versatile, able to play outfield, be a good athlete.
And he'll be plunked there.
Gets hit right there, gets another base runner on. Now with 2 outs with the guy in scoring position now with James McCulley coming up, and we've talked about his success with 2 outs with guys in scoring position. But sometimes it's a matter of just finding a role, and Thatcher has done a fantastic job of that this season with starts, pinch hits, pinch running opportunities. Just a guy who has a fantastic future for this Wittenberg Tigers team.
James McCauley still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. With 2 on and 2 out, Tigers need some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. They lead 5-3 over the Bluffton Beavers. First pitch fastball misses way outside. Good glove there by Mitchell to save the pass ball. He'll call time and won't want to go out and talk to William Nowakowski.
Good time called from Mitchell going out and settling Nowakowski down after the walk and the hit by pitch with 2 outs, right? Get the 2 outs and you let 2 guys on for free. It's a good time to probably go out there and talk to him and say, hey, settle down. You got the first 2 outs rather quickly. Just settle back in here and attack this guy. James McCauley knowing the same thing and thinking that has to think that he has to be ready for a pitch to hit here. Be aggressive on a pitch that's there to drive.
One ball and no strikes here on James McCauley, the shortstop, who made that excellent read going home in the top half of the 8th. 1-0, fastball misses outside again, and it's 2-0 on James McCauley. Tigers looking for as much insurance as they can. 2-0. Nowakowski to the plate. Fastball got the outer third, and it's strike 1.
Good spot right there. Good take from McCauley, understanding that Nowakowski hasn't found the zone. Don't want to swing at a pitch that's dotted up on the outside corner.
2-1. Nowakowski, breaking ball, drops down Broadway for strike 2, and it's 2-2.
Very good pitch right there from Nowakowski, able to even this count back up now after falling behind.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Nowakowski. Or on James McCauley. Nowakowski to the plate, breaking ball, missed just a tad inside. Bluffton wanted it, but it's not where it's caught. It's where it crosses, and it crossed just a touch inside, maybe a touch high. Just missing the zone on James McCauley, and we've gone full with 2 on and 2 out. Runners will be in motion. McCauley stands in. Nowakowski gets his side, kicks, deals, runner goes, slapped on the ground to short, scooped up. Tao bobbles it, fires across the diamond, gets away from the first baseman. Tigers are going to play 1. They're going to send around. Here we go. Here comes Dietz. The throw to the plate, not in time. Tigers play 2 off the air by Jack Tao. And the Tigers get the insurance they need. They're back up by 4.
Tao, who's been so sure-gloved all game long, just makes an error in a time where you can't have it. The big thing there, right, he's obviously didn't have a good grip of the ball. That's why he fumbled it and didn't throw it right away. Once you see that on a runner like James McCauley, you just got to eat that ball and live to see another day. Right there, you just tried to make a play out of nothing when there was nothing there at that point, and allows to get those 2 very important insurance runs for the Tigers, as the Tigers now should be feeling good. Looking to even add more right here as another guy in the scoring position now with Ben Seibert up.
We're back to the top of the order. Ben Seibert stands in. Xander Rodriguez and Thatcher Dietz both able to score. McCauley goes up to second base, and now there is a runner on the pond once again for Seibert. He'll look at a first pitch fastball down the middle.
If you're Towel, I'm like telling you, the thing you got to be thinking about is not the fact that you threw it away, it's the fact that you threw it at all, right? At that point, even if the throw was right on the money, McCauley was there easily at that point. You just got to eat that ball and hope that your pitcher can get Seibert out on the next at-bat, as he's now ahead 0-2, right? You got to trust your guy. Just trying to do a little bit too much, and now Seibert has to try to do something here with 2 strikes.
No balls and 2 strikes here on Ben Seibert. After the inside front door curveball, Seibert goes the other way. It's going to drop in right field. They're going to wave around McCauley. The throw, there will be none. McCauley stands up. Tigers played another. It's an RBI single with 2 outs from Ben Seibert. And the Tigers open this one back up to their largest lead today by 5.
Ben Seibert has some of the best hand-eye coordination, some of the best back control you'll see. So many times with 2 strikes on a good pitcher's pitch. He'll just do just enough to get barrel on that ball like he did right there. Just stuck the bat out and is able to find the gap right there to score that run easily. And now the Tigers are up by 5, and this is where the mistakes come back to haunt you, and we saw it here in the top of the 9th, in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Saw some of it in the top of the 8th inning as well. Inside pitch, they plunk him. Tommy Chalicki is hit. And here comes Rocco Royer to the dish.
And now, not only that, things are just adding up on top of each other now, and you have a dangerous hitter now and Rocco Royer coming up to the dish. As Bluffton will be making a mound visit, we'll see if they're making a change. If they will be, it looks like number 1 will be coming into the ball game. Number 1, Grant Hovest, the senior outfielder / left-handed pitcher, looks like he is coming into the ball game. And Wittenberg doing just enough in this bottom half of the 8th to get themselves some much-needed insurance.
So Hovest will come into the game. The left-handed pitcher takes the mound when we return. It's a Beaver call to the pen. Rocco Royer will stand into the batter's box with 2 on and 2 out at the bottom of the 8th. Brent Hovest, the left-handed pitcher, will take over on the mound for Bluffton. And Hovest, so far this season, an 18.9 ERA, just through 3 1/3. He has allowed 6 earned runs. No, I beg your pardon, I was right. 7 earned runs, an opponent's batting average of .412, gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Hovest, gum set, looks back at second. High leg kick to the plate and the dirt. Ball 1, 1-1 on Rocco Royer. Jackson Lightcap alongside Dylan Jackson. The Jack Attack Show. Tigers looking for 11 straight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Royer outside, and it's 2-1.
Rocco in a good hitter's count right here. Looking to get a pitch to attack here. Drive into a gap and add another insurance run for this Tigers team.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Sawed off, foul ball down the right field line, out of play, and it's 2-2. Two and 2 on Rocco Royer. Tigers up 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 2-2. It's way up in the zone. Mitchell just had to jump up out of his shoes to grab it. And we've gone full to Rocco Royer. 3-2, runners go. It's in the dirt, ball 4. Rocco Royer takes a trip down to first base, and they're loaded with 2 away in the inning, and here comes Matt Moore.
Matt Moore in another RBI situation right here, looking to add to his season and career total in a big spot right here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
So Matt Moore stands in with the bases loaded. He hit that 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning for the Wittenberg Tigers. Paints the outside corner for a fastball for strike 1. Hovis trying to work Bluffton out of a jam. Here is the 0-1. Kicks, deals, delivers. Moore, base hit into right field. 1 run's going to score. They're going to wave around. Here comes Chalicki trucking for home. He is safe. A 2-run RBI single with 2 outs for Matt Moore down the right field line. And Wittenberg has played it 5 in the bottom half of the 8th. They have severely opened this one up to a 7-run advantage with Alex Nemunitis coming to the plate to continue the inning.
With 2 more RBIs right there, that puts Matt's career total at 116, tying him for 4th all-time with Jack Seifert. Congrats to Matt Moore.
And officially passing his teammate Connor O'Malley as well.
Connor O'Malley. I know O'Malley will look to try to pass him back up when he is back in the lineup here pretty soon.
I'm sure O'Malley's saying, that's not fair. I had an off day, and you decided to take advantage of it.
Exactly.
0-1 on Alex Nemunitis. Nemunitis started the bottom of the 8th. As it has been a long inning for Bluffton. Bluffton just trying to work themselves out of a jam.
If you're the Tigers here, you think that pretty much should, if you do everything that you're supposed to do in the top half of the 9, should do it. But if you're Alex Nemunitis, you know that another insurance run right here would be big.
1-1. Tardy swing, and it's 1-2 on Nemunitis.
Just the mistakes in the bottom of the 8th. That's what came back and costed Bluffton. Obviously, the game's not over yet, but pretty tough spot now being down 7.
1 ball and 2 strikes on the 3rd baseman, Alex Nemunitis. Comes to the plate, fastball left upstairs, and it's 2-2.
And with Alex Nemunitis tied for the team leader in home runs, maybe you can hit a home run right here and end it that way as well. Obviously, Nemunitis just looking to have good contact, nice little single line drive.
2-2. Outside, make it 3-2. 3-2. Hovis struggling to find the strike zone. Rocco Royer, who stands on, Matt Moore, who stands on first, will be heading out with 2 outs. 3-2, swing and a miss. Nemunitis is down with a K. But damage is more than enough done. The Tigers were faced with some adversity in the 8th. They struck back. They win the inning. They get 5 in the bottom of the 8th. They lead 10-3. We're going to the 9th. Tigers looking for a chance at 11 in a row. And we'll be back on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS. We move into the 9th. The Tigers, they get 5. They got plenty more insurance in the bottom of the 8th. They lead 10-3. Kyle Mahan back out there for another inning of work, and Cam Gladden checks into left field. For the Wittenberg Tigers, as Bluffton down to their final 3 outs, Mahan misses with a fastball down and away for ball 1.
Mahan looking to add another inning to his fantastic season this year and end this game here in the top of the 9th inning.
Dietering will stand in. Fastball paints the edge for strike 1, and it's 1-1. Now on Ezra Dietering. Dietering, he hit that solo home run back in the top of the 5th. Breaking ball in there, right down Broadway for strike 2, and it's 1-2. Mahan way up in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mahan kicks and deals, delivers, breaking ball in the dirt, held back. We're even at 2.
Good pitch ahead, 1-2 right there, looking to get a swing and a miss. Good hold right there.
2-2, Mahan to the plate. Dribbler out to McCauley. McCauley picks it up, fires to Rodriguez. 1 up, 1 down. And Bluffton down to their final 2 outs here in this one. And it continues. Here comes Tyler Fuller.
Good job of Mahan getting that first out of the inning, not letting that leadoff guy get on. And good play by James McCauley, getting the big hop, making the nice and easy throw over to first base.
Standing in. Fastball got the outside corner for strike 1. Fuller 0 for 3 on the day. Mahan to the plate. Dribbler out to Nemunitis. Gloves it to Rodriguez. 2 up, 2 down. And the Beavers are down to their final out. And it all lies on the shoulders now of a player that's getting his first at-bat. That's Matt Mitchell. Matt Mitchell checked in the bottom of the 8th at that catcher position. And he will get the at-bat here. First pitch for Mahan, looping curveball in there for strike 1. Matt Mitchell on the season is 21 for 93, a .226 batting average, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Follows it up with a fastball that got the upper half of the zone, and it's 0-2. Mahan working quickly. Mahan kicks, deals to the plate, curveball hit into left field. McCauley just over the outstretched glove, and it will drop, and Bluffton will continue the game. A nice piece, a nice two strike, 2 out piece of hitting for Matt Mitchell. And that'll bring up Seth Altman, the number 9 batter in the order, who's been plunked by a pitch 2 times today. And here comes manager McGee.
Looks like Coach McGee was giving Mahan a chance to get the 1-2-3 inning. If not, he will go to the freshman left-handed pitcher, Gavin Lones, who is coming into this ball game right here. Great job by Kyle Mahan, coming in and doing what he's done all season long. Pitching 1 2/3 inning, only allowing 2 hits, walked 1 guy. No runs, no earned runs. Obviously, that guy on first base is his responsibility. But as of right now, no runs given up by Mahan once again out of the pen.
Lones will take over. It is a Tiger call to the bullpen. We'll be back on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS.
Gavin Lona's looking to get the last out of this ball game. The freshman left-handed pitcher has thrown 5 innings in his 5 appearances, has only allowed 5 hits, and has struck out 5 as well in his 5 innings pitched.
Well, Lonas will paint the outside edge for a first pitch strike, up in the count, 0-1. Lonas back to the plate. This one hit pretty well, out to right field. Right fielder going back, looking up, and it is gone. Altman with a 2-run home run with 2 outs here in the top half of the 9th. As the game will continue on, it's the 3rd home run of the day for the Bluffton Beavers. Still a lot of work to do as they now trail by 5. 10-5, and it just goes to show you all the insurance runs that Wittenberg got in the bottom half of the 8th certainly came in very, very clutch.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Obviously, it was a 3-5 ball game until that mistake with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Obviously, the insurance runs playing a big part into this. And sorry, Kyle Mahan, I had to jinx you a little bit. So you will be getting an earned run, it looks like, along with Gavin Lones after the home run, adding his first earned run of his career. But we will have a pinch hitter coming in, number 13. Number 13, Brody Hammersley, the senior first baseman.
.250 batting average. He's 1 for 4 on the season. He does have a pair of RBIs, but a non-RBI situation here unless he went yard. Lones to the plate. Slider breaks low, and it's 1-0. Bluffton, they're down to their final out. In a 10-5 ball game with nobody on, it was 5-3 just until the bottom of the 8th. Misses low again on the fastball, and it's 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Hammersley pinch hitting for Ethan Moore. Misses low again, and it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Down and in, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk for Lones. And Hammersley trots down to first base. The game will continue with Baumgartner to the plate.
Coach McGee still looking for Lones to finish this, get this last out here. They do have a arm out in the bullpen. That is Owen Treese. Owen Treese, the junior right-handed pitcher out there in the bullpen just in case. As we have a pinch runner now coming in.
It's going to be Drew Snipes,
the freshman utility guy. But it looks like I would assume this might be Lones' last batter with Treese getting hot out there in the bullpen right now after the 4-pitch walk.
Lones just looking for 1 out to slam the door. Came into this game with 5 innings pitched, all coming out of the bullpen, and did not allow an earned run until that 2-run home run, where one of the earned runs will go on his stat line, the other one will go on Kyle Mahan's. First pitch fastball down Broadway for strike 1.
I'm sure Kyle Mahan will give him a little bit of crap for that, saying, why'd you have to give up one of my earned runs? But, of course, it's all in good love.
When one spikes it in the dirt, Rocco Royer able to stop it in its tracks. A brick wall back there, Rocco Royer, and it's 1-1.
Great block right there from Royer, still working all the way to the finish of this ball game.
Lones, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is the pitch down their final out. This one hit on a line into center field. It's going to drop. Seibert cuts it off, throws this one back into the infield. Runners will go to the corners. And Bluffton with some 2-out magic here in the 9th. They've already played it 2 with 2 outs, and now they have 2 on with 2 outs. With Jack Towle coming to the plate, and still no motion to go to Owen Treese in that bullpen.
Good piece of hitting right there. Line drive into right center field. Now have first and third up with the 3-hitter Jack Towle, the shortstop, coming up to the plate.
2 on and 2 out. Breaking ball, backdoor breaker, got him looking, and it's 0-1. 0-1, Lones comes set, comes quickly to the plate, another breaker left outside, and it's even at 1. Bluffton down to their final out. They've been down to their final out for the last couple of batters. They're trying to get some 2-out magic. Down by 5, Lones to the plate, and it's down and in, 2-1. If Tao were to reach, that would move the tying run into the on-deck circle for Bluffton. 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1.
If you're Lona's right here, you got to attack. Cannot let this runner on for free. Let your defense work behind you.
3-1. Lona's to the plate. Found back. We've gone full. Beavers down to their final strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 9th. Lones looks in, gets his sign, comes set, kicks, steals to the plate, and it is down and in. Ball 4. Oh, it could have gone either way, but Jack Tao with an excellent eye. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. The tying run will move to the on-deck circle, and here comes manager McGee out to the mound, and it looks like that'll be all for Gavin Lones. Owen Treese will check in to the rubber. It's another Tiger call to the bullpen as the Tigers just looking for one more out to end it. Justin Maurer will stand in to face Owen Treese as first pitch fastball got the bottom half of the zone for strike 1. Bases are loaded in a 5-run game. Bluffton with some 2-out magic have already struck for 2. Treese trying to get him out of the jam. And it's breaking ball that's taken outside 1-1.
Owen Treese, the junior pitcher. He was Jew's majority early on in the season. He's had 5 appearances. This is his 6th appearance on the year.
Smoked down the left field line by Maurer into the Wittenberg bullpen. And Bluffton down to their final strike.
Treese is a guy who had all of his appearances early on in the year, so this is a guy that Wittenberg trusts in this situation, looking to get the final out as Bluffton is down to their final strike of the ball game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Treese down to the final strike. Kicks and deals. Fly ball. Center field. Seibert giving chase. Tracks it down, and it is 11 in a row for the Wittenberg Tigers. Winners on this Sunday afternoon, 10-5 over the Bluffton Beavers to get win number 11, and the Tigers are rolling. The Rolling Tigers are now up to 20-12 on the season. And the bulk of their schedule forthcoming, the toughest part of their schedule yet to come as they are officially entering into it with Ohio Northern coming to town on Tuesday night.
11 straight wins for the Tigers. As we said early on, right, 11 games that going into it, you have to think if you're the Tigers that you were supposed to win, and you did just that. Tough to do in the game of baseball, and the Tigers have done just that, playing their best baseball at the right time. Big week coming up, big week and a big finish of the season coming up for the Tigers as Bluffton played themselves a good game today. Just played clean baseball up until the bottom of that 8th inning, as we see, as the Tigers were able to score 5 runs. And that was the difference in this ball game, as it was 3-5 until that bottom of the 8th inning. Tigers get away with the 5-10 win.
The Wittenberg Tigers, let's take a look. They jumped out to an early lead in the first with 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. They struck for 3 after a 2-run home run by Matt Moore in the bottom of the third. They led 5-0. Then Bluffton with a solo home run in the top of the 5th. Made it 5-1. They clawed their way back in the 8th to make it 5-3. Bluffton had an opportunity to get out of the bottom of the 8th unharmed, but an error by the shortstop, Jack Tao, continued the inning where the Tigers would strike for 5. They got the insurance they needed. Bluffton was threatening in the top of the 9th. They get 2, but no more, and the Wittenberg Tigers win it 10-5. Bluffton, 5 runs off 6 hits, 1 error, but that error pretty much cost them the game. And then as for Wittenberg, 10 runs off 11 hits and 2 errors.
Yeah, just wasn't the cleanest ball game if you're the Tigers, right? But a win's a win, right? And especially when it's your 11th straight, right? So they are still rolling really well, heading into the biggest part of their schedule. Let's look at some of the leaders for the Tigers today on the mound. Andrew West with a phenomenal start, 5 innings, 1 hit allowed, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. Nate Floyd, 2 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Kyle Mahan came in and pitched really well. Owen Treese finishing the game. Now on the hitting side, Tommy Chalicki 3 for 4 with 2 runs. Matt Moore 2 for 5 with a home run and 4 RBIs, a run scored. Alex Simeonitis 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Ben Seibert 2 runs scored, an RBI, a hit. Rocco Royer with a hit and a run scored. A lot of good things offensively for the Tigers. They had a couple zeros up there, but they got the runs when it was necessary to get this win.
The Wittenberg Tigers advanced to 20-12. They are winners of 11 straight. The Rolling Tigers will continue. Bluffton, more like the Falling Beavers. The Beavers now drop 10 in a row, and they will fall on the season to 9-22. Alongside Dylan Jackson, our producer Cliff, our executive producer Kevin Fowler, the entire Tiger Sports Network crew, the entire TKDS Sports Network crew. I'm Jackson Lycap. Next game for the Tigers back home here Tuesday night against Ohio Northern. We'll be live. Catch it on the Tiger Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. With that being said, Tigers winners, the Rolling Tigers, continue to win up to 20-12 on